Ooh, welcome back. We're taking off faster than a Saquon Barkley touchdown to the first plays of the game for the Eagles. Here we go. The LA Thieves, Boston Breach. Try again. As we talked about it before, we'll talk about it more. Hydra shutting things down. Okay, how about that for being off to the races?
Yeah, I guess LA Thieves are able to spawn it on the opposing side now to start this game. Lisa clean for dead. And now Boston now needing to find an early break. It's now they're keeping it mixy, working their way through bottom vault. They're winning the numbers fight. Hydra still 3-0. Will get taken care of. So Boston clear their way on out. Now it's their time to soak up time.
Just great discipline for Boston right there after just getting pieced up playing off that right side hallway. Get your setup, get your surround, don't panic, don't just keep running in one by one, and this is what you get rewarded with. Absolute perfection on their re-break and follow-up. That's going to move the spawns again right as P2 opens, and technically speaking, this is already better for Boston than what we saw in the first go.
Yeah, way better for Boston because now they have numbers, still contesting for those P2 spawns, but still aggressive through that mid-map. Is going to spawn 2 players now out. It's a 4v2 off the roto. Snoopy tries to take control of the back. He gets traded out. And now Cammy, last player here to try to make something happen. Miraculously is able to pop a double and give his team another opportunity to break through the front.
How does he make that happen? Little Septex at the back door, still off the regen, doesn't get traded out, and LA Thieves are still going to hold on to the majority of the first 20 seconds. The follow-up hit already dismantled. And now you got a situation for Boston. This is going to take another 15 to 20 seconds if they even want to try to give this another go. So Purge is going to try to stay amiss, get lost on the map. Not going to happen. And the Thieves are going to pull away with about 40 plus seconds here on P2.
Yeah, Boston is still giving it one more last push, though. And they're able to execute it. Lisa 3 dead, but the rotation 1 in favor of the Thieves. Now it's Envoy's opportunity to have one of those Snoopy-like plays that he did before the restart. He has to finesse 2 players. Here's a fight with Purge.
Yeah, decent scrap time play for Boston as well on the exit. This is a massive battle here. Envoy caught on the reload. Cammy will get the pistol up. So now Boston holding onto the favorite side. Plus, they also clear out the street completely. Someone can jump on and get some time here, especially with Purge getting a read that the next attempt for Thieves is largely coming to the middle of the map.
Yeah, that's fantastic play so far from Boston. They fight for that final 20 there at P2. They initially went the rotation over towards P3, P4 chain, but all of these players eyeing up with those ARs from long distance are able to find every single kill in the feed. Now Boston forced with 30 seconds left to get them off of this time and also think about that rotation, but none of the gunfights going their way.
Now, really clean stuff in the middle of the map right now for Thieves. Holding on with just Hydra. Spawns are still in, though, for LA on the preferred side of the map. Boston getting some needed time here, though, on 3. Actually, surprisingly, a lot of time here on 3. And now a chance to try to rotate through the middle of the map once again. Shots coming out from Snoopy. Can't really do much to contest this, and Hydra's got the freedom to hit a pinch over the top of the Hardpoint. He's looking to triple up, but can only take down 2. But this is a lot of extra pressure on Boston on this rotation to 4.
Now this is what that 90% hold rate from the Thieves needs to show strength. Because on P4, this tends to be the money hill. All their bases are covered. They have everyone with an AR in the back pocket watching those long distance gunfights. But Envoy is going to fall on the right. And now that Lisa goes to getting overwhelmed. Players now have to turn all the way around. Thankfully, still kills going their way. You have those back spawns. You're ready to contest it.
Yeah, dumpster spawns for Boston, so they're going to be pretty bunkered up in and around the hardpoint. Thieves trying to hit multiple points of ingress here, but Awakening steps up, shuts down 1, gets damage onto another, making life a little bit easier for the reigning breach players around the hardpoint. Cammy secures a trade. Snoopy spawns up in place, but now the next threat is already at your front door. And actually, it's at your back door as well. Hydra playing over the top of the patio, has a battle with Snoopy, but they just finesse each other, and the Thieves, all the meantime, are going to get most of this time here in the back 30.
Yeah, but you would want that to be a lot more dominant. Like, not one player drops early on into that hard put, but once Envoy falls, they instantly get pushed out towards that right side, and Boston do a great job of just not allowing that full 60 to get away from them. Now, we get back over towards the P1. Hydra and Envoy combine for 2. Already have the numbers advantage to work their way back in towards mid connector. You have lost track of Hydra, and he makes you pay for it 4 in a row for Hydra.
And really, since the restart, this is about the same score that we had, and it's come in a lot of the same ways that we saw from the first attempt at the lobby. So 102 plays 80. Boston working on, again, another little bit of a delayed setup around the back. Snoopy, he is off to the races on this game. 18 and 10. Shut down by Envoy, who's also having a great map to this point. And that'll be enough for the Thieves to, again, to spawn up where they want, try to control the right side of the map, and while this is all happening, Envoy hasn't left the hardpoint, so it's looking really good for LAT.
Yeah, this is easy. They're just consistently soaking. They've read the parallel spawns that came in. When you spawn over towards gold, they were able to withstand all those gunfights, and now Only 10 seconds left. Back your way on up. We need these P2. Ghosty gonna play real safe, but he might be overwhelmed. There's 3 players from Boston trying to attack through the front side. They're winning all the gunfights, but Ghosty, your time to strike. And with that double, if he would have just played his life, his teammates are still gonna spawn in towards the back, so another opportunity.
Yeah, they spawn towards the backside of the truck, but you can see trophy spawn here for Boston on the backside of Palms, and they just get the guns up and light up the hit from the Thieves. That was about as close as 2 spawns could be to each other on the backside of P2, and Boston prevail. Now the next hit, with still a lot of time remaining on this hard point, all coming from balcony side. Snoopy gonna need a little bit of assistance. He's again got the benefit of the breach spawning close, but the kills are not here, and here comes the break attempt from the front. It's looking good. Boston trying to hang as they try to re-break, and we're gonna jump over to catch the comms with the Boston breach.
I'm with each other. Money.
Let's go on the right side.
Stop gap, Ram.
Someone goes.
I got an aid.
I'm going to do podcast.
Yeah, okay. I'll see you guys. Can we double doors? Got that, not pushing up, bro. You top on, Hydra, one shot.
Yo, wait,
Top doors, be control. Top part.
One shot. I guess can be controlled by as well. He's playing the control point.
Yeah, bam. Could be. I see strap. I'm turning.
There's one shot. Absolute. There's 2 mid doors. One's in the pinch money.
Mid doors and top part.
Nice. One time.
Yeah.
Heard you.
Scrap.
Have him in.
I'm pre-moving top part. Yeah. Scrap stuff. We can top part still.
Bottom bar.
Here, take it on my seat.
Yeah, well, been on me.
I just top part.
I can help you, Evan. I don't know where's got mid, right? One guy's on mid, bro. One guy's on mid.
One shot using like one volt.
We never killed him.
I hear you.
Might be I can help you on the scan the right.
High time and low time.
Top part, bro. You can Yeah, statue up one shot. Nice. You mean the back? That's one. Yeah, you mean the back. Yo, back right, back hard, boys. And then front door. Front door, go see, we can time one, he's back hard, dead, I'm one shot. I'm one shot.
Yeah, I'm on him.
You mean the back? I'm one shot. Yeah, I'm
still top here. I'm just making him push.
Yeah, both there, I'm one shot. Scrap, bring me to the set. I'm dead. Nice, good shit.
He's up. On the right as well.
Yeah, I spawned that, boys. I spawned that.
One more back.
I got line, boys. Front door, scrap.
Nice.
Cat, one shot.
I don't think so. I think Cam will spawn first.
Yeah,
Take our time, guys. We have a lead, right? Take our time.
Yeah, I'm playing.
Go.
Nice, good shit.
Leave
I just don't cap.
Jay, talk to me here, because it kind of, as it looks, it seems like Boston just keeps fighting off their heels, but they're in the lead all of a sudden. A lot of it thanks to this guy.
Yeah, and it was the Thieves right there making the adjustments on P4 to put more bodies on the right side of the map, but they were just way too turtled in their setup. You gave them all map control. Boston breaches applied pressure through mid statue, found a couple kills, spawned you all the way out, and now they have a 20-point lead and consistently running up the score. 33 and 18. Give me the Hellstorm. Give me number 8. Snoopy is doing it all.
Oh my goodness, 35 and 18, 2-11 in the hard point, and Boston behind the pretty much solo effort from Snoopy is going to get past the 200-point threshold. Now it's just down to how do you stretch across the map. 4-man feed here for the Thieves. They're going to get the scrap plus still own control and rotation. Have to have it if you're LA.
Yeah, this is where Boston can take their time, because that Hellstorm could play a big part to this break here at P2. You want to set up this pinch. You want to spawn them out across the map. You already have at least a couple players because that new hill's yet to pop. Snoopy, go back and get that one. Yeah, now the spawns are ours. They can win the game here at P2. Might as well just call it the Hellstorm to account for everyone.
What is it about Boston and record-breaking kill totals with these SMGs? Snoopy is 37 and 19. Cammy collects a double on the backside of P2. Semtech stun on the way in. Snoopy gets dealt with. Hardpoint open for now. Cammy has to step in. In fact, he just slides in on his back. 220 to 179. Hit developing from the front. Cammy shut down, and LA will supersede the setup inside the hill.
I just want to try to trap them in towards the backside, but they're able to flip the spawns out. So all of Boston trying to break it from the front and middle map. Envoy's able to find a double. Numbers still in the advantage of the LA players. Cammy finds 2 in response. Back spawns in favor of Boston. This hill was just so damn mixy as they're going to walk away with that final 15, get closer to that 250-point mark. And now it's just all about when does this Hellstorm come into play.
Yep, that scrap time is massive for Boston. Thieves would have loved to have at least contested that a little bit more. Scrap looking for information to the back windows. Also catches information that Cammy's up top at gold. Does he get an angle at it? Catches the head, that's enough to at least eliminate him out of the picture. LA now looking to crack past the 200-point mark, but Purge from the front looks good. Snoopy to follow up with the SMGs. Again, do the job that's needed. One more possibility for LA. Try to extend this map. They do have the chance to kind of hold on to the new side, but they have to play inside the hill.
Yeah, you just had to force it to the next hill. That's all your focus is right now. If you are LA, get it over to that P4, and we will not make that same mistake again for the 3rd time. Hellstorm gets invested. All it is for comms, no kills come in with it. But only 5 seconds till Boston win.
Yeah, and you have to touch this Purge in a spot to contest a little while longer. Scrap deals with it. Hold on a second. Snoopy from the side. He may be able to win the game right here. Ghosty has to slide the touch. It stops at 249. Ghosty finds the kill. LA's still hanging on, but you got to stay in the hard point if you're Thieves. And it's just too much pressure. Boston behind another near record-breaking performance from Snoopy. Take a map 1.
Man, he had 40 kills, Allen, with almost 3 minutes of hill time. If you're looking for a guy who's going to be the game changer, this is it. We're talking about literally doing it all. You need a 2-piece? I'll get it for you. You need rotations? I'll get it for you. You need somebody in the hill? That's all me, and you can even see it in the best play. He was dancing right there on LA. That young man so far from year 2 to year 3 Snoopy, he's a different player, and he showed it there for Boston to go up 1-0.
Unreal stuff. I mean, like we said, we saw Purge 45. And then you get back into it again, and wouldn't you figure, Boston on an opening respawn continue to find the success. 3,600 damage from Snoopy, and I gotta just say, 25 and 30 for Awakening feels like, okay. But 3,900 damage, he actually does more than Snoopy does with the 14 assists. Not bad at all, but it's just a simple fact of the matter that Snoopy gets 41 with 240 in the hill and 12 objective kills. That is unbelievable numbers out of the young gun. And now all of a sudden, again, like we talked about in terms of this series, Jay, this just establishes what Boston want. Opening leads against good teams. It just comes down to following it up. And if we continue to see performances like they had here in the macro level, I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good about Boston today.
Yeah, the good thing about following it up is that they got that red card search and destroy, which is their bread and butter. Haven't played it in quite some time, but this was their go-to S&D map in the beginning of the season. Finally have an opportunity to play it here. These probably threw this one into this series because they did just recently walk away victorious versus Optic in a clean 6-3. We saw an insane 1v1 between Scrap and Dashy, but they were just making the adjustments on the defensive side was the biggest thing. The good thing for Boston is they're also a team that's great on defense. So it's going to be a scrub on that side, and then whoever's going to be able to make more objective plays on the attacks. And we've seen a lot of reps out of Boston hitting those early aggressive pushes on one way, thinking about that rotation over towards new. So Thieves got to be ready for the Mon games.
Agreed. It's one of those situations. And when we were in that listening, I mean, all I could think about the whole time was like Boston continued to play off their heels, getting rotation wins, but not being able to put together a solid setup on hold. But it's something about these SMGs, man. They find just the smallest window to attack. And when they do, it's just all action. I mean, a little bit of bless up, I think, on that second P2 as well, like spawning behind palms. Cammy just gets the AR up, a trophy system goes down, he lights up 3. Like, that is where you see it on the chart. It was 123 to 80. Then all of a sudden you get about 40 points in net positivity coming out of Boston. That's what keeps them in the game in the first place. And then we eventually, again, just get back to that 4-to-1 rotation and back into P2 again. This Boston team just continues to be mixy, and it allows them a chance to sneak away a tight one.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that you're looking at if you're LAT looking at this game flow is that from P3 to P4, we won the rotations both times. But we only got 30 seconds the first time around. Boston was able to keep it scrappy, which is usually a full 60. But then when you get to the second attempt, to go from P3 to P4, you go from 145 to 164. You only gained 19 points when you were fully set up. They were just easily broken into on both of those money hills. And you cannot allow that to happen on the money hill of Vault.
Yeah. Let's transition the conversation because now we go to red card, search, and destroy. We kind of talked about it, talking through both of these two teams on this map. Thieves look good in this map early on in the season. We haven't seen a lot of it, but I actually want to go more in particular to Boston because it's just like early on when we didn't know what this Boston team was going to give us in terms of how competent they would be, how successful they would be. It's another map where Snoopy can get lost and he can just do his own thing. And it just feels like that is a recipe for success for this Boston team. Just comes down to, can they do that again after not seeing them on this map in quite some time?
Yeah, but hopefully they have the same exact strategies because it worked out flawlessly the first couple of times you played it. Haven't played it in basically like a month. LA, they played it recently in their matchup versus Optic. So you understand what they're going to throw at you. So they might be more prepared for this map than LA are because they haven't played it in a month. So with a team that just played it last week or a couple of days ago, we know exactly what you're going to do. We're probably going to play the counter.
Let's talk about not just the search and destroy overall, but some of the details around it. Again, the attacking percentages, not particularly great for either of these two teams, but it comes in different ways. You look over, I think, in particular to the individuals for LA. The SMGs have just not been super successful in the opening duel percentage. It hasn't really allowed them to have numbers when it comes to getting the bomb down. Thing is, when they do get the bomb down, they're actually very successful at it. But I think it's just how many times they're actually able to plant, which is where it becomes a little bit questioning because on the active maps, they rank overall like 10th, I think, when it comes to like the ability to plant. So it's one of those situations of, can you actually get the bomb down here from the opening side, the offensive side?
Thieves are going to be looking for some success on the offense. Boston want to stay strong on their defensive, where they usually find it in those first bloods. I know the stats so far this month in Search and Destroy just haven't treated them well. 0-4 this month in S&D. When S&D wins two championships, the fact that they're still keeping these series really tight is mind-blowing to me. Tells me that their teamwork is on point, but into the round one we go. Boston going to be on the attack early on. No trophy systems on both ends. So a lot of aggression over towards edge.
Yeah, Hydra's actually looking to step up into the middle of the staircase here, and Boston have to kind of respect this. Opening shots will tag Snoopy up, and Boston actually are finding some headway towards B. Ghosty initially was watching mid-map, so he's got no info on this cross, plus the doors are covered. So Purge is going to get a ton of space here at catering, and that should lead to a plant.
Yeah, this should be a free bomb plant. Hopefully, if you're the Thieves, you got stuns, you got nades. You can try to invest and contest this early on, because you already got to read. They're going to be in towards the cafe. But both teams are just playing for that opening duel.
Yeah. Purge has the cross. Cammy has the initial long-range battle through the doors. Bomb is not committed for a plant here, and Cammy gets stuck on the doors towards the bleachers. So now all of a sudden, Purge is trying to step forward to catch someone off guard, and that's not going to work. Messy stuff here from Boston. Looked that they had the right read on the rotation, but did not commit the plant of the bomb, and the Thieves get there defensively to contest.
The only reason why they don't commit is because they knew that there was a couple investments of the nades and the stuns over towards Hedge early into the round. But if someone goes for that bomb plant, you get naded off. It's basically a GG. So on both ends, they were playing for that opening gunfight. But I'm probably, if you're Boston, with all that map control that you took away with the game plan early into the round number one, I'm instantly trying to get that bomb down, making the play come to me. Because these are just able to pick you apart one by one. Boston start to panic a little bit. You start thinking potentially someone's on the pinch. It's been way too much time and someone looked at it. But Cammy drops first, and everybody else like dominoes. Thieves take first.
Little moment of indecision or just non-committal, possibly costing Boston on that rotation to beat. They're going to set up a much more passive defense here with players and Snoopy actually just watching over to maybe even hit in towards mid windows. Interestingly enough, his Envoy's actually passed him a touch, and if he can find timing, this might be a free first blood immediately followed up by a rotation to B as well.
Oh yeah, first blood already is accounted for though. Purge is going to fall across the map due to the hands of Scrap. So now it's on Envoy to basically secure this round. There goes kill number 2 on Snoopy. Everybody rotate over towards B, play the 4v2. Let's just play.
Yeah, absolutely the case. You're going to have Scrap holding deep to watch the mid-cross to keep the flank safe. Everyone else focused on the information game as the bomb is being planted by Ghosty. Cammy, little bounce pass. Hard to say if that tags Envoy or not, but it was pretty well positioned. Ghosty off the bomb plant. Gets a look at Awakening. Helps out instead, though, onto Cammy. Good eliminations, LA Thieves. Now up big.
Yeah, just a very easy round right there from LA. You start off in the first 15 seconds, finding that early first blood. But then once Envoy puts himself in a position on backside of that B site, you were just waiting for him to make a play. Once he secures that kill onto the player and Snoopy covering that B bomb, rotate back, 4v2, plant the bomb, trade it out. Easy round there for Thieves to go up 2-0.
And that's just good reading of the doors being opened up for Envoy. He could wait, make sure no one rotates back. Once he feels like everything's all clear and all calm, you've got teammates nearby that could secure a trade. Then you start to hunt for the player looking to get sneaky in those back hallways. So really well done, good decision making, and the SMGs have started off very nicely all of a sudden, especially for Envoy, up 3-0 early, scrap 4-0 early. Barely kills to talk about here for Boston so far, as they will get a round 3 trophy. RCXD in their way, though, to slow things down.
Just gaining info early on this scrap. Slowing down their aggression. He has all of A side covered. And Boston is just waiting for an angle to potentially take down that RC before the play call gets called. But it's still just a duel off. The car stopping everything.
That's so annoying. It's on one corner, then it's back up the stairs to another. And now you're down to 45 seconds. Awakening is starting to get a little bit anxious about when this car is going to pop through, but instead it's actually a long-range first blood onto Ghosty out of the Cammy's AR. Purge has gotten into a position top third. So as long as Boston can avoid this crossfire setup, Purge should be able to do something, but no, he shoots at Ghosts, and the trade is in. Now the clock is an issue, Jay.
Yeah, you only play for that kind of engagement if you guarantee the kill, but Purge just gives up his life for free. Now to 3v3, the bomb gets planted. Thankfully, Cammy makes up for it. Takes down Hydra. Envoy with the response, 2v2.
Can't get out of there, though, so now it's just down to scrap. Able to find, the information onto Snoopy. Not an easy battle from this position. He's tagged up to 2 HP. Awakening not in position to immediately follow up on the damage, though. So we go to the 1v1. Time becoming a bit of an issue for Scrap, and he's going to pull out the knife and try to go quickly, and as he does, Awakening catches him at mid-map to get Boston on the board.
Yeah, but that's a round right there. If you're Thieves, you can't give that one up. 45 seconds get wiped off the game clock due to the RC car's positioning to shut them down at A. If you're Ghosty, your job is to simply throw shoulders around that mid-map. We cannot afford to die, because as soon as you drop, Purge takes that space away. Even though Purge does absolutely nothing with his life, you just gave Boston Breach an opportunity now.
Yeah.
You dropping, and everyone else stacked over towards that B site to get the bomb down towards A for free. And then it turns into a 1v1. Awakening new. I'm going up against Scrap. There's a lot of time on the game clock. He's probably going to try to hit a route and catches him off the rotation for Boston to secure their first.
Be really curious to see what angle Cammy had for that first blood. It didn't look like he was going to be in a spot to even take a battle. But we jump aboard with him here. Tag to touch as the Thieves are throwing lots of shots once again over towards B, but keep your eye on number 5 and wide. Purge has once again gotten through the middle of the map, but has to retreat back to this place. Snoopy in the middle of the map. Oh, this back hallway position turns it into a double. Bomb now down. Numbers will go in favor of Boston. Snoopy gets another read. Now potentially on for the ace. Just looking for Scrap.
Yeah, he's looking for it. It's a 2v1 though. You want to make sure you're playing together, playing this trade out. You have the bomb down. You're playing back-to-back. 45 seconds to work with. Scrap is working his way around the pinch. Does he have a stun and a nade to potentially gain some info before he puts himself inside the fight?
Yeah, he may just cross in front of Snoopy, though. That's the problem. Boston not giving away any information, and Snoopy walks away with all 4 big back-to-back rounds for the Frog.
And you could think right there, if you were LA, like, they're probably thinking, all right, Envoy, you're in a one-on-one versus Cammy. You win that, we're instantly sending it. The fact that he was able to win that gunfight, chef's kiss, but then Snoopy plays it patient through the side door, does not slow down the aggression for the third, and then lines up the final for the ace. He was taking over at map number 1, and so far he's doing it here as well.
Great stuff. I don't know where he came up with that frog thing that he was doing all through challengers and into last year, but kind of vibe with it. 4 in a row for Snoopy. 7-3. Tie game all of a sudden. Awakening trophy system down towards the back steps, denying any of the Thieves' early information. And now RCXD gets called in for another, but this time Ghosty gets the better of Cammy, and it's early numbers for the Thieves as the RC again just kind of holds this front staircase.
Yeah, now this should be a guaranteed round. All of A is not going to be easily to contest, but the RC car does get blown up. But look at how active these are getting on the pinch. You got Scrap already pushed up behind enemy lines. Just stay alive on the opposing end.
Well, the thing is, Boston may break this timing. They're getting really aggressive because they kind of have to. Problem is the long-range angle denies the bomb from being planted. Follow-up from Envoy catches another kill, but honestly speaking, Boston have done well to kind of out-trade here and get to the 2v2. But the follow-up, immediately Scrap was top third. Now he's all the way back to the defensive side of the map, and Hydra right there to make sure there is no exit. Thieves bounce back and take the edge again.
Yeah, trade after trade. Thankfully, Thieves started off those trades with that early first blood. I would have liked to see Ghosty and Envoy just back all the way on up. You had 2 players in Hydra and Scrap working that pinch, but they're able to read the play as well of the objective potentially going down. But once it turns into a 2v2, because you were too aggressive on your angle, thankfully you got Hydra holding hand in hand with Scrap in that trade engagement. Able to shut down Snoopy off of a potential Hellstorm, put themselves back in the advantage 3-2.
Good composure there, considering that the RCXD play was essentially the exact same between the 2 defensive rounds for LA. But now those resources are expended. Ghosty looking for some pre-fire shots over towards B. Quick action in towards Ticket, though. Snoopy's able to find one. Follow-up, full purge. Right there. Shots to the wall, not going to connect. Cammy holding to make sure there's no trade. And now it's suddenly already a 1v3 for Scrap.
Bomb all the way across the map. A lot of time to work with. Yeah, so when 2 insane gunfights back-to-back, because they're just all running around as an army of 3.
Yeah. Well, not a lot of real estate to work with here for Scrap. Like you said, Boston not fully holding hands, but pretty much able to confirm trades for one another, you would think. Scrap catches one, gets out of there. Do you anticipate Awakening nearly, but not enough. Just too many numbers to count. Not enough time to make the play, and Boston will tie us up again.
Yeah, I think it starts off with the aggressive push over through that B site. Snoopy gets a first blood, knowing that he was instantly going to get traded. Just starting off those engagements was perfect because Purge was setting up a pinch through mid-ticket, was able to put themselves into 3v2 and then keep his life, allowing Cammy to keep him safe in towards Ticket, securing that 3rd kill, and then a 1v3 for Scrap, just not able to find every single player in that round. As Boston switch up the pacing there, push it to him on defense to tie the game.
And I love it. I mean, legitimately, you've got Snoopy who's got a hot hand from map number 1. Why not? Throw both SMGs through Ticket, try to see if you can find something mixy. Otherwise, just keep the tempo up. Works out nicely for Boston. This time, no trophy for Awakening, so he does not get as aggressive over towards the stairs. Instead, it's tempo this time for Boston over towards B. Bomb already being planted. Ghosty doesn't have the doors open to try to nade this, and we're going to get a 4v4 post plant.
Yeah, 4v4 post plant, but look at the play developing on the side of Hydra, working his way all the way behind enemy lines. You're going to have Awakening playing for this angle, but this timing could be everything on the round. Hydra not able to spot the first, but the timing good enough at least to take down Awakening. Big wake turns on a 3v3.
Oh, hell no, Jay! That Ghosty shut down from the doors, could never get into the master suite. But, whoa! Big wake! Should have been dead to rights. Hits the deck, turns and burns. Clean shots as Boston hold from the front at the same time. Now taking the edge in this map.
Oh, man, that's such a big kill, too, on the round, because Scrap found that first blood. If Hydra gets that second, you're instantly into a 4v2. Snoopy was able to respond to make it a 2v2, but you still have a better chance at walking away with that round off the retake. But just Giga prepared for that gunfight. Gives the advantage back in favor of Boston.
Actually unprepared for that gunfight.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, mercy me. And now look at this, Boston gonna step up for the first time defensively with Purge mid steps. Scrap has to worry about top 3rd and the heady just in front of the windows as well. So this is a lot of focus. Problem is Hydra has a free pass through mid. So he'll catch one. Trade is out, but this completely deters this setup for Boston defensively, and Scrap collects.
Purge falls. 3v2 now in favor of LA, but the route good enough from Snoopy. The shots good enough from Snoopy. 14 and 6, and give me number 15. I don't know if there's a calm that comes in right there from Cammy, but he was prepared for that one. Scrap left in a 1v2.
Yikes, and Scrap does not have much time to try to collect back onto this bomb. He has to clear so much ground with the walking kill streak of Snoopy still alive. And they're holding hands in garage right now. They're just not going to allow Scrap to do much in terms of doubling up unless they mistime this and get caught in the collat. And actually, Boston, I don't think they saw Scrap at all, so he's going to get a plan here to extend this.
Yeah, bomb's going to go down for free. Some bad caught timing there in favor of Boston. Now leads to this round extending a little bit longer. Scrap now with 40 seconds. Needs to clutch on up, but Snoopy and Cammy roaming around together.
Oh, and they've seen him. Yeah, and with nades available, Snoopy could just try to lock him into place here. First stun will be a bit of miss. That came out of the hand of Cammy. Snoop is just going to try to hop this. Does he Scrap have an angle? It may not make a difference. Cammy's going to hold this route, and he may not get back to this in time. Does he get the shots? No, not in time. The bomb gets defused just before the final bullet lands, and Snoopy can do no wrong this series.
He's just taking over, man. It's as simple as that. Just take over moments out of the kid. Scrap, I thought when he plants that bomb in that angle, he could have put himself in a position towards top 3 window, but he must have checked it saying, okay, I can't see it. I have to put myself in a different position. Just not able to get to the bomb site in time. So now Boston at game point, back on the attack, where they've been showing early presence over towards Hedge, but then instantly pouncing over towards B. They're just gonna all slow this one down now.
Yeah, the thing is, I think Cammy gets the information. That's team shots through B. This should lead to some significant movement for Snoopy trying to get back over today, but look at the defense. They've already rotated a long way back around to hold on to a possible contest angle onto A. So Boston have to reconsider their options. And that little show of force at B has actually allowed Hydra to get really deep. He's playing backside Eskies now.
Yeah, but for some reason, it seems that Boston have a read on it, but now looking at you in here, they definitely don't know that Hydra's behind them. Hydra's about to make the play. Sitting at 2 and 6, not the best S&D performance. Purge strikes for the first blood. Hydra their response.
He just can't get away though. There's just no vacancy. Ghosty down low, beat by Purge, just up to Envoy. 1 versus 3. Bomb in hand. Boston, which bomb site do we want to go to? Looks like they're going to make the decision to plant at B. Can Envoy catch a timing here? Try to reduce this to a 1v2 while the bomb is being planted. Doesn't look like he's going to get a chance at it. And now the job just got that much more difficult.
Yeah, he's got a Semtex, but that trophy system's going to block it. So it's all about the gun. He cannot start off with the first. And Boston, that's why they're good at red cards. Stay undefeated. Now 3-0 on that map. 2-0 in this series. And that final round was just so beautiful out of Boston. Like, they read the early aggression coming in from B. Everyone stabilized. Let's just camp our base, slow the round down. Then even when they realize, okay, we have LA that wrapped from all the way at that B setup, so now contesting at A, we have more information gained. We take mid-map away from them. Purge just sneaks his way up through Ticket, finds that first blood. Hydra eventually was taking way too long in that pinch. I thought he had the play right in his hands, but just takes too long, hoping that his teammates can give him something so he can set up on that pinch, but he only finds one, gets traded. Numbers in favor again of Boston, and then Purge by the second of the round, just being pushed up through the middle of the map. Thieves just leave way too many openings due to the information that they were not able to gain in the first minute, and Boston able to secure the S&D, finally stop the bleeding. They just need a little red, Carolina, and they're back.
They just need a little Snoopy.
That too.
With 2 bombs planted. This guy's ripping them apart in the kill department and also getting the job done on the OBJ. Sometimes hills greater than kills, and Snoopy says, why not both? Up 2-0 early, to, I would say, the chagrin of most of the community, because we're all sitting here, I think, after the Atlanta performance with this Boston team and said, whoa, okay, guys, like, cool, there's some electricity in the air every now and again.
Yep.
But is it enough to actually take down a possible top team? Can we even sit here even talk about Thieves maybe even not being a top team right now? Might be a bold take. Desk, what do you think?
We're having a great time. Boston, a surprise here to the desk. Nameless, let me just ask the question everybody's thinking. The challengers, we've had some cheaters. Is Snoopy cheating?
No, listen, Snoopy's just a dog. But, yo, he might be, honestly. Like, this guy is everywhere, frying on the first hard point, and then in that search and destroy. Like, he is so confident. Every single gunfight going his way.
Allie, what's an ace?
An ace is when you get all 4 players in a round.
And your scuff play of the game, it's Snoopy. Walk us through this one.
I mean, it's just unreal. Snoopy has been playing with just a different level of confidence throughout this entire S&D, but in this round specifically, he gets 2 really easily handed to him. The biggest positioning right now is him staying alive, and the timing here is unreal. He hears those footsteps, the immediate crank to the right and getting that 3rd kill, and of course, the final player looking to try and get an angle. Snoopy says, you ain't never gonna
easy reads.
Yeah, you know what was awesome about this map? Like, if you just hard focusing Snoopy, he was shutting down Hydra. There were so many rounds Hydra tried to get pushed up, be a huge impact, and like Boston just pocketing each other, and Snoopy was just finding him, killing him over and over. You see it in this ace. You see it later on when Hydra does actually get a first blood. He's able to trade it out instantly. Snoopy looks so good right now, so confident on this team.
I love what we saw from Snoopy, and as you said, he kind of had someone baiting for him. Several rounds it was Purge getting first blooded by Hydra, but the trades were always there.
I think a big thing to take away from the second S&D is the fact that LA Thieves got a majority of the first bloods, and what's crazy about that is they're one of the best teams that convert converting it at 83%, but Snoopy is the one that shuts that down every single round.
What did I say before? Why didn't they let red card through? Do you guys have any reason why? I literally don't know why they would let this through. You look at the active maps for Boston, 3-6 on the active search maps. Now 3-0 on this map. Like, you gotta veto red card if you play Boston. If you just watch what I watched, you're not playing this map against Boston.
I gotta say, maybe they were trying to test it because the defense for LA Thieves have been really poor, specifically in their retakes. And in red card, you have to be a good retake team when it comes to this B site. So maybe they were trying to stretch their legs a little bit, but clearly did not pay out for the side of LA Thieves.
Yeah. Boston's so good, we gotta draw about it. And let's keep it rolling and draw some conclusions.
Yeah, so the listening was awesome for Boston. Their communication is so good, and I know Studies watch this. If he listened to me as well as Snoopy listened to Cammy, we'd have more championships, 100%. So let's jump into this clip here. So arguably, this is the hardest hill to break in the game. So we're gonna jump into the minimap and talk about how Boston break this. It's gonna seem like they just bully through, but really it's fine communication. You can go back and listen to what Cammy's saying here. So actually, let's zoom out for a second. You see, he sees the player in the back, that's Hydra, right? This is Cammy. He gets the sight line on him. He's gonna cross and go over here. He's gonna leave him for a second. And then Cammy's gonna reposition to the statue and kind of pull these guys' attention. Meanwhile, he has his two teammates, Purge and Snoopy, rotating over here. And what you guys need to pay attention to is the patience from them. Snoopy's gonna wait at this door while Cammy pulls attention away. And then Purge is gonna reposition here and kind of just make sure nobody jumps out of either of these windows to jump down and reflank them, right? So it's the fine things, it's the small moments on these breaks, what you guys need to pay attention to and how you get better with your teams at home or your ranked teammates, how to communicate it. So Cammy pulls the attention away, finds the kill in the back. Meanwhile, Snoopy was laying down waiting, then erupts after the kill from Cammy, and then Cammy and Awakening instantly push around the back, and then they get a full break on arguably the hardest hill to break in all of Black Ops 6, where you saw there were 6 seconds on this hill. LA Thieves would have blown this game out of the water, then Boston go on to win it.
Is this the Boston coaching staff? Is this the individuals on the team? Who do we credit for Boston making a turnaround from last year to this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the collective roster. I will say in the listening, though, Cammy's voice definitely stands out, and Snoopy's had a lot of development. So I would say the vets on this roster, got to give them credit for getting Snoopy to this point.
They're on match point. Can they seal the deal and cause some chaos with the tiebreaker? It's time to find out. We send it back over to Shift. Take it away.
Voice matching straight is from Ant right now, dog. Get back, Jay. Fight
He's
back.
straight capping, Alan. He's capping. Wheeler talking about me. Listen to him. He barely even talked when we competed back in the day because he was so damn turned finding all the kills on the map. So that communication wasn't Wheeler's strongest strength, but yeah, his gunny was. You're not saying I wasn't listening to you, dog, because I know you wasn't listening to me. That's facts.
Preach. It's a Sunday. Preach, minister. Why not? Let's talk about this series again, though. We talked about Hacienda Control coming up, and it just feels like another one of those moments where you look across the board, you look across the statistics, and I almost want to just throw them all away, Jay. Both teams have looked solid on this map mode combination to this point, but you can see, I mean, LA Thieves, they know they need to turn up right now because it's been looking a little grim so far through these first two.
Yeah, they look defeated, man. They look defeated because you got to keep in mind, LA Thieves were giving themselves a fighting chance for that #1 seed, but they needed it to be like a clean 3-0, probably a 3-1, not to go all the way to the distance. So everybody just trying to lock themselves on in. So far, Control for this month has treated both of the AR as well. If they're going to both drop 1.3 threes, they're going to have a field day on Hacienda because it's all about the SMGs. And the way that Snoopy is shooting right now, Hydra needs to be able to shut him down because Snoopy is doing whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, it's been, again, a perfect month here for LA when it comes to their Control. A couple of round 5 wins on Protocol, and more importantly, some great offensive wins when it comes down to what they've been able to put together on this Hacienda, which has been, a code that a lot of teams need to crack, the offensive side of this map in particular. But I think the most important thing is not only are they finding success offensively on this map, but look at their defensive win percentage, one of the top in the league right now. So when you talk about the ability for the Thieves to extend this series and try to get to 4, if not 5, you feel pretty darn good about your chances of doing it here in the Control. The same can be said, though. This Boston team has been looking better. It's not great yet in terms of like top of the league, but it's getting better. And I think that's important news here for the Breach.
Yeah, and I think it has to start for both teams in the slang department because Hasi, it's easy to put both teams on the spawn trap, either on the defensive side or the offense. But early to start this one off. Boston are going to be on the attack. They win an initial gunfight through the middle of the map. They currently have top secret control because here comes Hydra now on a pinch. He's able to contest it for both angles.
Yeah, contested is out. Hydra, Scrap working together to clear the zone, and they will. First tick is locked, though. And now off spawn towards Lambo side. Boston has to make a decision because trying to follow up on B, you can see it. Number 6 and number 8 are trying to have to go through well side. They actually catch Ghosty, trying to watch the cross through Spiral. And now it just comes down to the timing of this play towards open hall. Scrap shuts it down, and this restricts Boston to have to just play from well.
Yeah, Boston do a great job off the respawn of wrapping their way on back. Like, you spawn over towards the garage, you realize, okay, there's most likely pressure over through fences, but just finding that one gunfight onto Ghosty gives them another opportunity over towards B. Able to put the game clock at a pause. Envoy trying to make up for it, at least to trade onto Snoopy. But this second segment potentially should be a lock. Or not.
Or not.
Type of spot
Envoy
is that?
just kind of gets for free top window. I thought Purge was going to be holding that, especially seeing the nade come out the window, but was caught distracted by other elements of this defense that are now pushed up aggressively. Scrap on 5 in a row. Looking to see if you can catch this cross timing. Envoy from the front side at Arches, and Scrap's timing from behind is good for only one. Envoy holding the front door, though, will make sure Boston does not get through, and that will likely be the end of this first round. Near perfection here from the Thieves.
Yeah, only 10 seconds left. Last push, potentially to still put the game clock at a pause at B. And they should be able to touch it.
Wow.
Unless the guy is just moving in slow motion. Oh, Snoopy touches it, but unfortunately, all the map control still in favor of the Thieves. A very, very clean round right there from them. Hydra finding success on the pinch. Scrap with the AR holding down the front angles. And then just influencing the spawns. You have players who are reading those deep routes as well. Like Envoy won a big one-on-one on a deep route coming in from Snoopy through water side. So just accounting for everyone, keeping track of everyone, leads to a very easy defense right there for LA.
What's your thoughts, Jay, just quickly on that opening offense after it gets pushed off of B? The 2-2 split for Boston, spawning Lambo, 2 try to go through Spiral, 2 try to go the long way around. Would you have rather seen them try to work that together, or do you kind of approve of the idea of hitting multiple things at once?
Now, you have to hit multiple things at once because the map's so big. You can lose track of these players, and then if you commit all of your cookies on one side, you can instantly get flanked, and that entire push gets shut down immediately. So just a split push didn't lead to a lot of the gunfights. It's now LA with the opportunity to respond on the attack. Only have to wake up for one segment.
Purge, not a great start from him. 0-6. This could not even barely have a chance to shoot the gun right now. As LA could get top office control, maybe. If it just comes down to what Hydra wants to do from this position. Everyone else focused on the zone. Awakening shut down bottom bar. But the same can be said for Hydra up top at the office. So things stay level, but Ghosty still finding kills. Will continue to keep LA on the A zone.
Yeah, I love this pressure, especially over towards A. Just consistently knowing where they're spawning over towards Bolt. First segment already locked in. Snoopy trying to make up for it. Can't win the gunfight versus Hydra. Now that second segment is already getting worked on. Boston, you have to try to break on in.
Yeah, you don't want this A zone to be the first thing captured, but there may not be much of a choice here. Purge and Awakening working on the long route, but they cannot find the player inside the zone. Desperate shots from Awakening, not landing, and it's a 5-life lead. Over 2 minutes to play here for the Thieves. More shots from Ghosty land, and at the same breath, you've already got Scrap with some high ground control over towards Patio.
Yeah, Scrap just wants to get this final kill onto Purge to allow his teammates to run straight through the point. But he's going to decide to give that one up. Put the game clock at a pause. Still trying to play for a couple of spawners. Freebie onto the Snoopy. Now you're in a 4v2. You know that the other 2 players are now off the respawn at Boathouse. And now you can start to stack this one a little bit.
Awakening to get shut down over to the middle of the map. That leaves Boston to have to try to hit this from Patio side. And this is going to lead to some significant progress. Second tick likely to get locked. Contest is in through wine, but Envoy picks that up. Follow-up from Awakening is just tags and shots. Jumping on into the zone are a couple of Breach members, but this is, again, so limited in numbers. Hydra off a bit of a pinch from the top side of Patio. Clears the back of the zone. The stack is in, and the Thieves quickly up 2-0 here in the control.
Just way too easy right there for LA. I knew that when Hacienda Control got thrown into the map pool, there were some teams who were definitely going to stand out, LA being one of them. It's just due to the fact that they can outslay with the best of them. You're getting SMGs who are already put up into your spawn, ARs who know what angles they need to watch. And they're just timing these pitches to perfection, not allowing Boston to come off the respawn with every single player to set up a team push. Just getting picked off one by one is not going to lead to success here on Hacienda. As now LA in firm control of this map 3.
And on both sides of the control point, LA's been perfect so far. So when you talk about the ability to win rounds, let alone 3 in a row, It feels a little desperate in nature here for Boston, with a couple of members at or under double negative right now, including Snoopy, who had the hot hand. So things are just not going well right now for the Breach. Hydra definitely on his BS right now. 12-7, 3 in a row, just pushing the issue backside fences. Envoy with him, but Boston turned this into a couple of successful kills. That gets them on to stop the clock early.
And they found the second kill as well, so now you just got to read the angle on the pinch, and again, they just lose track of Hydra. Allow him to slip behind enemy lines, get one kill, get on out. Teammates now playing cleanup. So the 2 players left to account for, but Purge at least finds that double to maintain a little bit of that map control. But he gets gunned, still being one-shot. Hydra on 6 in a row.
Yeah, clean shots from Hydra, taking care of the low HP opponent in front of him. 15-7, as Boston are just struggling to get anything set up. And Hydra is in a great spot to follow up whenever the information starts to come through in terms of where is Boston going. And you can hang out here a little while longer. There's kill number 7, finds Snoopy up top at the window, and now the window is controlled by Hydra. 17-7, 8 in a row. Hellstorm is earned. First tick will be locked at B, but the same breath, Thieves can still push forward. Scrap finds the double, takes care of it, and now we're down to under 30 seconds. LA in a position of control.
These patient flanks out of Hydra are causing so many problems for Boston. They're getting the initial 2 kills. They just have not been able to locate Hydra. All he needs is to find 1 kill. Everyone from Boston starts to turn around, and that opens up the teammates from Hydra off the respawn to shoot them in the back. So now with only 15 seconds remaining, the last push coming in from Boston. Envoy here to contest it. He's reading the early pressure, and on the opposite side of the map, Scrap at least finds 1 to shut down that aggression over towards A. This is like a 5-minute map, Alan. We're going map 4.
Yes, we are. Okay. Wow. Cammy's going to try to do what he can here, but not going to be allowed to. Hellstorm gets called in, and Boston will not be able to touch. And I think these fans are sitting there like, whoa, about time. Like, we can't be sweating here versus a team like Boston where we're looking forward to the major, and that control may just shift the momentum a touch here for the Thieves.
And they just played that to perfection. Everyone had their own roles. It was Hydra's job to sneak his way behind, find a couple kills on the pinch. Envoy, your job is to make sure you're accounting for the playmakers on the other side. So every time Purge or Snoopy tried to hit a long route, Envoy was there to meet him. And then the ARs just continue their dominance. So far throughout this month, Scrap goes 17-6. Ghosty, all he needs to do is throw up 1,300 damage. It was just a very easy game right there for LA to now potentially give them some momentum going forward.
Oh, without question. I mean, take a little mental picture of this one because it was all Thieves all the time throughout map number 3. That is a quick exchange of momentum coming through. In particular, the severe shutdown of the SMGs early, just never allowing Boston to get through, let alone develop anything on either offensive attempt. So, all right, let's talk about protocol. Because I don't really know what else you say about a map that looks like that besides Thieves dominate, period.
And it was everybody. Like, it's just as simple as that. Everybody did what they needed to do. So at least extend this series now to this map 4, but not too many highlights needed. You just saw how dominant it was from start to finish from the Thieves. Talk now about this protocol hardpoint. Both teams only have 1 rep on it. For LAT, they played against Atlanta, and they just got beaten the hell out of. And that was due to the fact that when you're thinking about a map like protocol, LAT need to be the team that's early off this rotations. They only won 28% of their rotations versus Atlanta. On a map like protocol, where a lot of these hills can tend to be money hills, you need to make sure you're there early. And then in the opposing set for Boston, they do a great job on the rotation. Probably one of the best rotating maps that they have in HP. It's just the hold percentage after that. They need to make sure their setups are a lot better because they cannot afford to be easily broken into the way that Optic did.
Yeah, that's, I think, the most important part about this is kind of taking the stats we were talking about on Vault and then looking at it compared to their macro stats in terms of hardpoint overall, and then you re-transition that focus into what's happening on a map like Protocol. And some of the numbers don't necessarily line up as much as they had, I think, on Vault for both of these two teams, really with the exception for Boston, where, again, their break percentage is still very strong, the rotation percentage is still pretty strong. It's just their holds are pretty much non-existent. I mean, legitimately, they're only holding for what looks like a couple of seconds, and then they immediately get broken on first attempt. When we, again, watched it once. That's the other important thing to keep in mind, that there's not a lot of reps, so the numbers are going to be very skewed. I think this is just about, you know, we've seen this a lot, and I think you and I in particular, we saw a lot of this map in Challengers this last week, and we're starting to see teams develop this ritual of let the ARs get set up first, clear out one elimination, and then start to fly. Take 4v3s, take away position when you have number advantages. Don't just run because you feel like you have to all the time. And I think that might be where we see the identity of these two teams really showcase what the teamwork is actually looking like. Because on big open maps like Red Card, we've seen Snoopy just kind of run around, do what he wants, he's successful. Vault, similar idea, he just gets to the hill and is successful. But a map like Protocol, you don't get those opportunities nearly as much, I think, largely due to the fact that you have to control space before you can take it.
Yeah, and the thing about you saying about if you're the SMG player trying to get too aggressive for certain aspects, you have to make sure at least your AR players are blocking those spawns, because this game can be very simple if you're going to take space away from them so you can guarantee the space on the other side. It just depends on micromanaging the game the way that you need to. At least we saw it in map number 1 where Snoopy obviously dropping 40 plus kills is going to help. But you had the ARs setting themselves up in those proper spots, allowing the SMGs to do that. The same thing could be set for a map like Protocol. And if you're on the LA Thieves side, the Money Hill on map number 1 in Vault, which was P4, you couldn't hold the setup. Money Hill here is P4. If you win that rotation, setups need to be on point, because Boston, they were just picking you guys apart.
Yeah, and that's, again, it's kind of the unstoppable force meets the immovable object, where you've got a team that's great at breaking versus a team that's great at holding. Only one of those two things are going to be successful in the scheme of when two teams match head-to-head, and in instance number 1, it did favor that of Boston. So now it's just down to, I think, the macro level gameplay I'm looking at for Boston of, you know, trying to secure breaks is not as, I would say, easy on a map like Protocol, because like you said, you have to be able to influence spawns, because otherwise you pop up, you're right back in the hill. It could get really disastrous in terms of how quickly you're being reinforced in a map like Protocol. So that's kind of the instances that we're looking at the moment. Again, large level conversations, but let's just jump right on in and see how each team handles each other. LA trying to get to map number 5 with a potential reverse sweep in the cards. For Boston, their first major kind of stapled win against a team that everyone's considered to be at near the top of the leaderboards in the power rankings. We'll see how this one unfolds as we jump into Protocol map 4.
So far, scrappy P1. Back and forth in the kills, but still in favor of the spawns is LA. You do have one player in Hydra playing it super patient. He doesn't want to get aggressive in towards 10, and now Boston don't want to invest all those places, just walk up through heli steps. So Purge gets accounted for on the pinch. This is looking like a flawless start from LA Thieves. They are accounting for everyone.
Yeah, and I love the route from Hydra as well, just kind of re-wrapping around the back, making sure any late attempts over towards not just P1, but the high ground on the initial Boston building is contested. So 34 seconds for LA on the opening hill, working on the rotation to 2 as we speak, and the kills are good. So now it's just down to getting the last player inside the hill taken care of. Awakening knows he's under threat, tries to back up towards the staircase, and with Purge coming out spawn, finding elimination onto Scrap, Boston will hang on to the early time at 2.
Oh, Awakening with a massive double kill there on the point. He's able to allow his teammates now to help him a little bit, but no one else finds success in that kill feed. A double from Envoy, good enough to lead to the break. Swans now flip. Boss is still going to give a crack at this, but you can already see the positionings of the LA players. You have a lot of top mid control. You have a player pushed out towards Bo. Every kill that they get is now going to spawn up behind them, and this is what you need to do if you're the Thieves.
Yeah, but now all of a sudden headsets be on a swivel, a little bit of a pinch setup developing for Boston off the split spawns. That will get them in for the scrap time, as now LA have to work on rotating across the map to P3. Cammy surprised by Scrap, just laying in the middle of the staircase. Scrap almost turns it into a double, but Purge is keeping it honest for the initial trade. But still, the long routes out of LA are going to see them spawning behind P3. Boston will have a chance to set up early for a break from the front, but Scrap is watching the cross. He's already found the opening kill.
Yeah, Scrap with a freebie through the middle of the map. Had the parallel spawns, but now you have to read the pressure from Boston, because it's a whole lot of aggression over through the zip side. Purge starts it off with the first. Ghosty effective on the trade. That one kill should at least allow his teammates to spawn in towards the back, but Boston are actually going to be blasting towards the back spawns. Ghosty still trying to finesse with the AR. Now everyone turn around.
Wow, that is such a massive opening from Ghosty.
Hello.
As Hydra follows the play, shuts down the spawns for Boston, at least largely on the initial attempt to break. And now it's just down to holding on the interior. Can you watch these crosses correctly? Scrap says yes for the first. Looking for number 2. A little bit of a mix-up with Cammy and Purge trying to hit this together, and Boston will find a way to break back in with finding every single kill. Purge lighting it up with a double with the pistol.
Now you gotta go. You gotta go and hit that early rotation over towards New. Snoopy miraculously was able to stay alive a little bit longer, but Envoy finds 3 off the roto, and that leads to now 4 dead. All of the LA Thieves stacked in towards the bottom side. You have Scrap watching outside towards Big Door. Gonna give the comms on that end of the map. This should lead to a good chunk of timing for LA.
First slide coming in, Envoy under pressure. Purge, another double to open up.
Oh,
we gotta find more than that. He's gonna take down 3. Hydra took a look to see if he could catch a free kill on the quick timing to recontest, but instead values his life. So now the setup, trying to develop from really all 3 sides at the same time, but the coordination is not there. And Boston is gonna clean him up until maybe Scrap and Ghosty can do something from elevator side. Scrap feeling like he's got purged low. Ghosty follows on the interior, and the shutdown through the elevator shaft allows the Thieves to break in with 20 seconds.
Yeah, big 20. First of all, you need to fix your setup there because you can't be so scattered on a Money Hill and P4. If we play tight setups, everyone watch an angle. We should put ourselves in a position to potentially walk away with full 60s there, but at least they make up for it with that last break attempt. Now up by 50. Back over to the P1 we go. Well, we saw them get 40 seconds initially. Gonna have Scrap on the point, but the trophy doesn't keep him alive.
That feels so terrible. It's like, I just got a trophy on me. That's subtraction. Oh, never mind. I guess I'm dead. And Boston will use that as a chance to get in early. Ghosty contesting. Clean shots from Dan Ghosty. 15 and 7. Oh, knew he was about to be threatened, but Scrap has his back, and unfortunately the Semtex did leave his right hand. And that now means that Boston will quickly jump back in. Problem is, Hydra is hitting routes, making things mixy. Boston hanging for now, but they desperately need to win this rotation from 1 to 2 to get back into this game.
Yeah, it all starts with this P1 time and this mid-map pressure. Need the gunfights to go your way, but Ghosty and Envoy and Scrap jumps into the mix for a clean 4 dead. Now everyone accounted for. Rotations in favor of the Thieves. You got to cut your losses to fight that time around that P1. You want to try to maintain a little of that mid-map control, but this gunfight is such a big one, and Awakening wins it.
Yeah, huge. Need to see it as well. Kind of, again, we framed it up. What were we going to get from the ARs kicking things off first? LA currently holding the edge in the AR battle, although Awakening is starting to wake up. Just a touch here as we jump into this P2. Thieves spawning close, though. Have to find a way to break, and we'll jump over to see how they're calming it out as an LA Thieves listening grace our ears.
Yeah, 2 mid. 2 mid, guys.
Yeah, mid gun.
Get mid.
Mid gun got me.
Not anytime.
I'm top doubles.
Yeah. Didn't need anything at home?
One
Ivy.
Ivy weak.
Ivy, 1 mid gun, 1 stairs, 1 time.
2 mid. We still can go towards time here.
Come on, Ivy. Ivy done.
I'm going towards time.
Mid gun. I see mid gun. 1 shot. Head it in. Close to me, West. Nice. 1 shot at a time. So be top broken. Top broken. Top broken. They're there. Play through this hole, guys. Play through this hole. 1 mid. I'm gonna hit on the stairs 1 time. On the stairs 1 time. Top triples as well. Triple. Top triple it with the time.
I'm 4 box.
I got through spirals. 1 sec. I got through spiral. They might spawn out.
This guy spawns out.
One's low on me. Gonna zip up.
Top triple. Missing cam.
Zip. 1 shot. That's Cam. We can get here.
Nice. Cam zip. Let's go.
I needed it. On the steps. Needed. Wait. I need help. Nice.
Just play that.
Could be Ivy. It's Awakening. Oh, right. Or not Awakening. Snoopy. 1 shot in the back. Absolutely back T. Back T. Waiting in front of me.
In the back.
He's running single. Alright, yeah, back door. No. 2 on time. There's 2, 3. All around.
They're all split in the back on you, Paka.
Right to me then. Go Ivy.
Nice. I'm making time.
Bang Hill. I stunned in. 1 shot. 2 single. 2 single, boys.
Single.
Weak. 2 single. I know, I got naded. 2 more. Weak purge. Weak purge. Come back. Go on time. Give me both 1 shot. One more 1 shot. Purge. Weak again. Duel. Early one. Nice.
Another one there. Another one old. He's close towards single already.
Come in, Victor. 1 shot in spiral. 1 shot. Inside.
Nice.
Hitting in spiral. I'm gonna give it up. In spiral. Purge. In spiral.
I'm gonna pinch.
I have it. I don't know. Top stone, boys. I have this still. Are you at the Paco?
Get on the heady. He's big door.
Paco has big door.
I made it here.
Big door, guys. He's made it. They're behind me. 2 big door. 1 spiral. 2 big door, 1 spiral.
Left clear. We spawn.
Nice, good job, Harry. Maps fast. Big door. I know, turn around to me. Yeah. Nading into maps. I naded in there, Paco. Yeah, no. Yo, huge 40. Yeah, hard kill right here. First kill right here. Paco, I have your help. And I'm just jump charling maps. Or big door. One on the heady. On the steps. 2 big door. 2 big door. Last one, big door. Nice. Big door. Nice. They're spawning spiral. I'm helping them hill fast.
I'm gonna go
I'm helping the hill fast.
Look, you're on big door.
No, it's fine. I think we're fine. Maybe we're gonna...
Well, Jay, Snoopy, and Purge, the SMGs for Boston, making a mess of some of these Thieves setups, but here at 4, a required hold comes through, and now all of a sudden, LA have some position of control to rotate back up top.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be an easy first break attempt there from Boston because there was no trophy system, at least keeping the players in the point alive. But just not finding that trade out of Awakening allowed the numbers to still be in favor of LA. They walk away with that final 40 seconds. Now they're up by 20 points. And they're finding every single kill around that middle map.
Awakening trying to hold on towards this sidewalk position. Nade's not quite reaching him. Boston coming off spawn, trying to work to the middle of the map, just not finding any really venue of entrance at all. And that is a 4-man feed. ARs lighting it up for LA. They're going to get past 200 points with a chance for more. Still 30 seconds to fight here.
Yeah, and they're accounting for everyone. They're securing the back spawns, knowing that Boston only can attack us from the front side. But now they work their way through that boat area, finding initial 2 kills, trying to contest over from top 10. At least able to relieve a little bit of that time on their side. But Hydra gonna put himself right back on it. Snoopy with another double, giving him chance after chance. Snoopy with 3. Unfortunately, only gets traded. Spawns flip. LA Thieves breach that 200-point mark.
Yeah, big 1v1 there. Cammy able to shut down Envoy from getting early over towards P2. And Hydra, well, he's going to be left on this island route for a while here. Boston spawning behind the hardpoint. Envoy takes the focus maybe away from the hill for a moment. Scrappy battle back and forth. Cammy still trying to hang on for really his lonesome. Purge is able to assist over towards the staircase watch. But LA not able to develop the hit really when you thought they would. Pre-fire shot's not really going to land, and the nades do come through, but it's a team nade again. LA not fully able to get to the third point, but a little fadeaway jumper from Envoy. Clears it out. Trophy system down LA in the hill.
Yeah, now they have them trapped in towards the backside. You have the double AR set up between Envoy and Ghosty. Hydra holding down top mid. LA Thieves cannot win it here, but just dominating this map, controlling what they are. They're going to win that rotation for free over towards New. Boston Breach now making a decision to cut their losses there, start hitting a couple routes, try to contest over through B1. We cannot trap ourselves on this side for this next hill.
Yeah, some scrap pushed off the window angles, though, so Boston will get around the helicopter and in towards the back to maybe try to move spawns. But these kills are what really need to start to come through. LA largely looking for 1v1s across the map. Scrap, he's able to kind of slip away, catch information on the low ground. Ghosty follows, plus he wins his one up top, and that might be game right there. Boston have to try to break from the front. Hydra drops, but over 240 go the Thieves. Ghosty watching from the sidewalk. Now the focus purely has to be on the front. The contestants in, but Ghosty off 5 in a row. Make it 6. No more contestants from the front as Envoy finds the final kill. And we're going 5 because of course we are, Jay. We always do.
Of course we are. Allen and LA Thieves were not gonna walk away in a 3-0. They dominated it out of control and showed their dominance there in that hard point when they needed to. They were in the map control positioning for P1 every single time. Like you saw, it was so difficult for Boston to try to contest it. Players try to hit long routes, they get shut down immediately. You're going forward dead, not waiting for each other off the respawn, getting picked apart again. But then the adjustments right there, because P2 was basically Boston's on both sides. But LAT, they were able to flip the spawns out, hit those routes, guarantee the spawns forward towards P3. Again with the slaying, leads to all the information that they need. And now they're able to get through that map number 4, show the adjustments that they needed to do versus Atlanta on protocol.
Yeah.
Where you were talking about winning those rotations, they do it there. And now they force game 5.
35 and 17 from Ghosty, 28 of those untraded. Mercy. Envoy also nearly up to 2 minutes in the hard point. We'd love to see that if you're a Thieves fan, running it up on the OBJ, especially from 3 to 4. Both of those times we see it on the graph, that's where they get their early big lead. That's where they retake the lead. And then from there, it's just all gas, no brakes. So now we start to, again, talk about this Boston team. And what do we do to be able to win a map number 5? You're going to a Hacienda Search and Destroy. They've played it twice. It has not gone their way. They have battled in both those, round 10 and around 11 loss, whereas, of course, most recently, we did see Thieves essentially dismantle Miami here. So any thoughts before we go to break, Jay, on what we should expect from map 5?
First Bloods are going to play a big part, at least on the side of LA. They found multiple in map number 2, could not clutch up in the 4v3 advantages. Boston, this time around, though, can't allow those kills to go the opposing way because Hacienda is a way different S&D map.
Boston looking for another stapled win in their qualifier, but the Thieves trying to set up a reverse sweep. Can they do it? We'll find out with Hacienda Search and Destroy map 5 coming up by the backside of the break.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
Forget about him and instead try to play for the quick retake up the middle. Inside, well, he sees a lot of it, but not able to find any kills. So now Kleenex, he's really far away with the Rival 9 at the moment. He's going to wait for Envoy to be the first one to move from the flank. Smoke is out. Envoy to check. No one's on the bomb. And Envoy holds his position a little while longer. Oh, my! How
Oh my God, here we go. They got the stack. Second tick is done. FaZe trying to go. It's moving so quickly. Can they get in and get Tess? They're soaring through. It's just about done. The Contest is in. Shotzzy kills everybody in front of him, but FaZe are able to get in. Getting a point, man. Here we go. Gotta hold with no respawns. They're holding for now. They win one. Nobody left. FaZe hold with no respawns remaining.
You're better, bro. You're so much fucking better. You're good. 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 Oh my God. You're good, bro. You're good. You're good. You're good. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm a Zach.
You weren't meant to win that. You weren't meant to win it.
Nice. Go, baby. Good job, man. I couldn't stretch it. Let's go. Good job. You needed that.
Here come the Thieves. They cannot allow this to slip now. And there is snaking going on. Octane and Envoy have broken through. One finds the second 1v1. And it's Clayster looking for the last. And they put it out. 10 seconds. 10 points. The comeback of the CDL year. Can they do it? The Thieves are moving. But they are moving into the kill feed. And Legion have just made the greatest comeback in Hardpoint you will ever see.
Throwbacks to the greatest comeback we've seen in CDL history. This one's not going to hold the same weight, but it's a comeback nonetheless, as the Thieves down early 0-2 have gotten us to a map 5, and I think most impressively, Jay, for LA Thieves fans, map 3, map 4, clean, polished, everyone performing. Vibes have to be high.
Yeah, Hasi Control is one of their bread and butter maps. So you probably don't want to play them going forward because they just have way too much slaying prowess when you look at that lineup. But then to make the adjustments that they needed to do on protocol versus a team in Boston who don't really have a lot of reps on it, you were able to withstand that. Now put yourself in a position to potentially complete the reverse sweep. You look at the map 5 metrics, 2-1 on one side, 3-2 on the other. These guys don't really have ice in these moments.
Fair, just reps I think is the biggest thing for Boston. Here's the thing though, you kind of teased at this just a touch. I'm gonna go back to it because kind of asked you early, what do you think the difference maker may be in this map number 5, where both teams have shown elements of success, maybe not so much in the win-loss record for Boston. They're 0-2 in the map outside of having a round 11, round 10 loss. You said First Bloods, and I think appropriately so. This map in particular, you're looking at the number 3 team in Boston taking on LAT, the number 2 team in opening dual percentage win rate. So again, it's kind of like the break versus hold percentage you saw in the hard points. Someone has to see that stat live, or the other will have to see that stat die.
Yeah, and the only thing that scares me about this map number 5 for LA is when Boston throw these rounds out on their attacks, but they just slow down the game. Where they just force LAT to think that they're going one way, hit the rotation to another, but then they're actually going back to that original bomb site. The mind games needs to play a big part if Boston want to try to take this map number 5, but it's going to be LA to start us off on the attack.
And a 3-1 split off. Oh, but there's 4 defenders here for Boston. Perch finds the opener, tries to finesse. Envoy good for the trade. Should be a follow-up here. Snoopy able to take down 1, and the numbers will survive for Boston. 1v2 for Hydra on the other side of the map.
If you are Awakening, you don't want to get caught wrapping back to your teammate, but the timing might be good enough if Hydra decides to turn this corner, not able to gain that info. Still 50 seconds to work with.
He does gain the space, though, which could be critical towards not just collecting the bomb, but also getting into a spot where this Jackal could be a lot more successful.
Cammy saw him.
Yeah. And there's the wrap back for Awakening. They're going to play the heady, and Hydra knows that this is not an angle that he can fight off of. His only option is to play this through Spiral. And, well, the timing of this may not benefit Hydra, and it will not. Good wrap back for Boston. They catch him out perfectly. And that opening exchange leads to a Boston first win.
Yeah, Hydra's like, yeah, I'm not going to go from the front side of Rock to try to recover this bomb. I can only win this round. Trying to find some success on the pinch for Boston. Got a read on it, and we're able to execute on that round. It all starts up with the first blood. Purge able to respond, stall out enough time for Snoopy to get it into play. They trade, then Awakening with the perfect angle from top mid gives them the numbers advantage to secure the first round.
Clean stuff. And again, first bloods. Good finesse from Purge, though, most importantly, allows that little pinstripe kill feed to be a 3-for-2 exchange. What does Boston call? Little 2-2 split off. Focus over towards A. Expect that we're going to see some of this play from Snoopy up towards hallway. So I want to make sure he's not being challenged immediately. Little feel out for Boston with nades towards A. But look at the Thieves. Not feeling any resistance at B. They're going to get into Lambo here. This is not where you want the defense to be, and Cammy will very quickly realize it.
Yeah, I thought Boston were playing that round to perfection. Maybe if Cammy just slows it down a little bit, can potentially find that opening kill. But now those LA Thieves players have to wrap back. Got Hydra swimming his way back. He should be alive for a little bit, but a contention here from Boston right through bottom wine. Snoopy makes it a 3v3.
Yeah, that little wrap back that the Thieves had to find after the first blood has kind of got them caught in no man's land a little bit. Hence the water route. So now you've got the quick decision making for Boston to pull the defense to A, and then they're gonna go around the world to B. This is brilliant.
It's the mind games, man. This is what they showed us in map number 2. Can this round lead to some success, though? It already seems that Thieves have gotten a read on, okay, the pressure's not going to be over towards this A site. And then trying to push out towards Bolt. Ghosty gets picked, and now it's a free bomb plant.
Yeah, and the problem about this is the post plant setup is going to allow them to play this from both sides of the bomb. Snoopy a couple of tags over towards the rock hallway. Big 1v1 here between Awakening and Hydra. Both players tagged. Both will reset. And scrap at the middle of the fountain entryway. So now he joins with Snoopy. Hydra for a 1v2. Has reclaimed the bomb site. May get a lineup, but no. Snoopy quick to react. Finds the trade, and Boston take the round.
Even in the man disadvantage, man, Boston taking their advantages and using them. They realize, okay, there was 2 players who pushed that over towards the garage side. Those guys have to wrap back all the way to the spawn so we can attack in the 3v2 onto the other guys that are still camping their base. They catch the angle to work through bottom wine. They find that first blood. I mean, that second kill, turn it into a 3v3, and then the mind games, just way too strong. You're thinking, okay, they just won that gunfight towards bottom wine. They are rotating their way back over towards that A site, but then they just instantly wrap back through their spawn. Mind games work again. Ghosty gets caught off guard. Bomb gets planted. Numbers advantage in favor of Boston. Turns into a one-on-one, and Snoopy's just there to trade. This is textbook perfect play calling right now from Boston.
I love it. I love it. And 4v4 form, I love it in the low man number situations, the 2v2s, the 3v2s, they're the 2v1. It really has been the right call at the right moment for Boston. Great awareness across the map. I think most importantly, I want to go back to just round number 2. The fact that they kind of catch out that play from Hydra where he gets deep with the other SMGs in towards Lambo. They re-wrap back. They force the defense to have to consider. And then let's take our numbers to a spot where we know at worst we're going to have a 3v2, probably a 3v1. it's good management of the low number situation, considering the initial play from the Thieves looked so successful.
And that just shows you right there that Boston Breach, when you talk about their teamwork, that is what is going to prevail over everything else. Like, even in man disadvantages, it's not an individual making a big time play. It's everyone in sync, still trying to secure the round together. And just a teamwork right now leading to too much on the side of LA to try to contest it. Don't really know what's going on with the game. You see all the players just posted up. No one's discussing strategies. They're just locked in.
We had a pause right at the end of the round there, called by the Thieves, just to make sure that the game state is still solid. So checking on that for now. It looks like they're still hanging and evaluating at the moment. So let's just kind of take a deeper dive here. You know, when you look at this Boston team, we talked about it a lot. You know, the 2-3-5 is where things have often been a bit of a mix. We're on the other side. You know, largely speaking, Thieves are usually good for their search and destroy pick. This is their run back to what we saw versus Miami. It did not start well on the protocol search. I think all of us scratching our heads, but they were able to essentially return to sender in map number 5 because their Hacienda search against Miami looked so good. And it looked like they were doing what Boston's doing to them, just controlling the map, finding early first bloods, and taking advantage of it.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is about Miami when they get to a game 5. They're just a completely different team when they're on that map 5 compared to 1s through 4. They just look like they get shut down or don't have that much confidence. And when they go in up against the Thieves, even turning into 1v1s, I'm pretty sure there was one round that really stuck out to me where Redcore was in a 1v2. He's over towards that B side, makes it a 1v1, but with 13 seconds left, decides to wrap the bomb. And that just tells me, like, you have no confidence, because Scrap was instantly there to realize, okay, he's not planning here. He's got to be at the other site. But it's just like when Miami get into those game 5, they shake a little bit. LA Thieves, they tend to thrive as they have an overall record, what, of like 5-2 in game 5s? They're pretty icy.
Yeah, it's been solid. I mean, again, it's one of those situations. You don't have a single series that LA has played where they've lost both searches in a series. I think that's a really important stat line that we don't talk about often. Like, teams that can, again, find a way to win their search and destroy pick gives you such an advantage, whether that happens in map 2 or map number 5. Of course, obviously, you want it to happen there, but for the Thieves, I think it has been a much more complete picture of, like, what is this team going to be able to provide. Obviously, they start off the season, you know, with the KSOT Showcase Championship. They take down all the big dogs early. First 2 weeks of the regular season looked really solid for the Thieves as well, including that map 5 win versus Atlanta. But, you know, I think, again, you look at Rewind out of the picture. Was their map pool going to get hurt? It was in Hardpoint, but honestly speaking, their search and their control in particular, has been pretty balanced, if not overall very good. So, you know, there's a lot of opportunity for these guys to hang. I think it just comes down to being more robust in terms of where you can take, you know, your search and destroy pick, and I think in particular the respawns on Hardpoint.
Yeah, to look at the road to their major, at least you start off on the right foot. You take down Cloud9 3-1, you beat Atlanta FaZe in a grueler of a series in the game 5. Don't allow them to complete that reverse sweep. LAG, we knew their struggles in the beginning. Minnesota Rocker, one of those teams that should have at least forced the game 5 versus LAT, but they choked it, in my mind, on that map number 4. Red card, Optic, that was a tight series. Miami, the response in the game 5. It's like they've had so many series where you're probably thinking, with the talent that they have on this roster, you need a couple more 3-0s on this chart right here, but they have still yet to work on, like you said, with the maps going out, when maps coming in, find the consistent ways or the consistent maps that'll work for them. But there's still a little bit of time to add one extra map, especially in Search and Destroy, before you get into that major.
I think the other part about this picture is what you don't see is that minor performance versus Atlanta, where they got beat up in both the hard points and the search and destroy, which I think, again, was kind of alarming. Update for all you guys there at home. Again, like we said, there was a timeout called by LA due to potential ping discrepancies and networking issues. We are hearing that round 2 will be replayed, so it was actually impacting that most recent round. So it will stand 1-0 for Boston, but it does kind of reset things after what we just talked about there, especially in the early parts of round 2. So a chance to, you know, reset, kind of structure up and say, okay, let's not take anything for granted. Boston is flexing this playbook on us a little bit early.
Yeah, Boston are throwing whatever the hell they want at them, to be honest, and they're adapting to what LA Thieves are doing on their defensives and also their offenses. It's just when you get those initial gunfights and you started off on the right foot, makes your job a whole lot easier. I think if you're LA, though, like, the way that they're playing on their defenses is that they're realizing, okay, this part of the map is open, we can take it away from them. But then when they take it away, they also give it away. Like, it's as simple as that. If Hydra and Envoy are able to contest their way over through Rockside, they are not going to have an opportunity to at least even think about that rotation back. But they want to play the numbers advantage. Unfortunately, it comes back to bite them. That round no longer counts, so Boston's got to keep their foot on the gas. Up 1-0.
Yeah, and I think the thing about that, when you say foot on the gas, how much do you mean that literally in terms of tempo, right?
Not at all. Slow it down. 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Just cruise it at speed limit. So
Yep. Just read the information that's thrown at you, adapt to the game and right in front of you, and just continue to help each other in these engagements, because so far that's what led to success in Search and Destroy for them.
Yeah, and again, it is one of those things. Again, the adaptations have come both at 4v4s and also at lower numbers. But again, if you're in any vicinity of Spain, I know flights from Europe are cheap all across the board. If you've not bought your tickets yet, what are you doing? Madrid's about to be magical at El Casa Mágica. It's like legitimately translates to the Magic House. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're pumped to get there. First time we've been in Europe since what? London BO4, bro? Is that the last? No, we were there for the 2019. That's right. We were there too. So
I don't know.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, we love to travel the world. I cannot wait to step into Spain, talk a little bit about broken Spanish. Hopefully everyone is able to understand me. But if you guys are potentially gonna come out to Major 1, just be prepared for an absolute show. I heard that the Spanish fans are super, super loud, so I cannot wait.
Yeah, you can see some of the tickets have already sold out. Other major news, Jay.
Oh yeah, baby.
We love
Come
it.
on.
How about Major 2? Getting the addition of a Challengers Open. We're going to have it in Fort Lauderdale for Major 3. And then the big news around DreamHack. Brother, I don't know if you guys have not been to a DreamHack before. When other esports titles are there, it gets kind of lit. But I have a feeling DreamHack is not prepared for what Call of Duty is going to look like. So definitely keep your eyes on that, because not only is there a Challengers Major there, but how about this? The Major 4 winner also earns an EWC bid. That's bananas. I'm pumped to see that happen. So again, the stakes are really raising across Challengers. We just finished Season 1 of Challengers Elite this week. Had a couple of champions to crown, and then we'll be back again in February to do it all over again. So if you're a giant COD fanatic, you need to be tuning in on Wednesdays and Thursdays for the Challengers Elite seasons as we start to get going. Also, Selfless promotion Mondays and Tuesdays. It's had college COD action start up. We'll be back for week 2, week 3 coming up before we restructure our league. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got Call of Duty all year long, baby.
That's the best, Alan. I'm so happy for the Challenger players as well, because a couple weeks ago, they're probably saying, like, what are we actually going to do this season? Are we just going to play online the entire time? And then 2 weeks later, we got 3 LAN tournaments. So all the Challengers players, the fire lit underneath their chairs are lit, ready to go. So you can stay with your drive to try to work your way back into the CDL. I know for all the Omer Brooklyn players, they're just waiting until after Major 1.
Oh, big time. I think especially, how about the scene in the European space? I mean, we were talking about how, like, not
Afro,
they were going to be dominating, but whoa.
Afro's been unbelievable in Challengers, man.
So is Benjamin Bance. Bancy Castles looked good over there in Europe. So I'm pumped to see him back in the action, see if Europe can maybe do better than they had last year in terms of how they performed on land at these major Challengers Opens, let alone the fact that there very well may be some motion that happens in the league. I think there's already a couple of teams that are likely eyeing things up, although I will say some of the results from this weekend, you know, maybe not as much as we would have thought. Vancouver looked good this weekend. I thought that they were going to be pretty much primed for a change, but they played hard. You know, I think the conversation around the Heretics is also an interesting one with Super's visa getting approved. There was maybe some consideration there, but they also had a good weekend as well. So, you know, it's one of those things, man. This major is going to be, I think, a really interesting one, and there's going to be, I think, a lot of you know, a lot of chances for players to establish themselves. And on top of that, if you are someone who is more local towards the United States, especially all of you guys in Texas that showed up for Champs, Major 2 tickets are also already ready to go. Challengers tickets and team passes will be available on the 27th of January. So tomorrow, make sure you're keeping your eye on that. All you Challengers players, there's always a mad dash, and make sure you can secure a team pass. So do that. Find 3 friends. Do it for the first time. If you haven't done it before, it's a magical experience being in the pit.
Yeah, good luck to everybody trying to purchase tickets for Major 2, because they're probably already sold out. We know that the green wall comes stiff, so hopefully you're able to get your passes on day 1. But every single major, everything that we got lined up for the season is going to be exciting. We just got to hopefully get through this matchup first. God damn, we still here? Map 5. When is it going to start?
We've got more than enough experience on the ranting, vamping stuff. I mean, it's the way it goes. But legitimately, if you were not in Texas for Champs, whoa, you missed out. And
Yes.
don't, you know, it's one of those things like fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Don't get fooled twice. Look back over the series, though, again, just in case you're joining us here late. It was an all Boston startup, man. A back and forth, the fair in the vault hard point, but a couple of key moments for Boston on their break attempts, get them through the vault. They looked great in the red card search and destroy. Snoopy for 15 total kills. But then after that, we take a little pause, we come back, and Thieves start to turn up. And it's not just one particular player. All four of them have really looked solid as we head now into a Hacienda search and destroy map 5. Again, we have played 2 rounds, but there were integral issues in round number 2, so Boston will hold a 1-0 edge, Jay. Kind of talk me through how this series has gone in your head.
Well, Boston, they did exactly what we needed them to do early into the series, and that's respond in the hard point. They're back-to-back to get that red card search and destroy, gives them the early 2-0 edge. But then when you got to that control, I was expecting a better fight there out of Boston because they do have 1 rep on it. They did go all the way to a round 5 versus Carolina, and they were able to clutch up on the defensive side. But when they went up against LA right there, it just looked like they were all lost. It's as simple as that. When you had players going on deep routes, they were getting picked off. Players trying to set up long-distance gunfights, they were getting picked off. And then when you're coming off the respawn, you're not really waiting for each other and not allowing other opportunistic plays to develop. And unfortunately, they got ran over there. And then when you get to that protocol hard point, just simply not winning a majority of those rotations can end up costing you.
It's crazy stuff, man. Great recap, Jay. It's like you do this for a living or something like that.
Just very quick. I'm ready to get into this map 5, man. I'm ready.
We all are. We're going to head to a break, though. You guys have heard enough from us, at least for now. So we'll step away. You can take a break from our voices, and then we'll come back and we'll yell at you some more. So don't go far. Map 5 going to continue after this.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
Behind enemy lines.
He's getting loose early every round. Like, do a little dance, make a little love. Who's standing now?
Incoming, I'm Sean. Stay up, bro. Man, man. Stay down, just lay it. Live. I can help. I can hold the front. You're good, Stay down now. Already front. Let's get in time. Bust up that. Absolute front. I'm done. Nice.
Here we go. We're jumping back into map number 5. Lobby started again. A look back over the series. LA working on the reverse sweep. Boston will still hold onto the opening round that we played, though. So they will be up 1-0 as we jump into this restart, Jay. And I think most importantly here, there's going to be some mental headaches that come with not just the first round, but also the second that will not technically count. Boston are, they're getting away with some stuff here in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, they were getting away with some stuff. So if you are LA, you've had a lot of time to talk about it, to make those adjustments in the game. Because I don't think they still have an opportunity to compete now since losing those 2 maps in this series for that number 1 seed. But obviously, you want to put yourself in a position to go into the major with some more confidence underneath your belt. Getting through these search and destroys, they have been struggling in S&D. They need to turn it around here, but we thought we were getting into the game, Ellen. Hi, guys, we're back.
We're back. but not for long, because we're gonna go to break and we're gonna figure this out. We just want to make sure all you guys who want to watch off to Toronto, joke's on you. See you in a couple hours. We'll be back for map 5. Don't go far.
Reset.
I'm in.
And we can.
Front of me dead.
And we can heady. One more me.
I'm in. Dashing, one shot dead. I'm in. One shot. Dead.
What? Wait. Alright, push it. Take cross. Go one more me. They're playing it. They have to play it. They are both water. One shot. There's two water. They went red, Clay. They? Yeah, they went red. Both in shade red. Both in shade red. They went front door.
He's hopping. Watch his water.
I had your word. Back door.
They
didn't see you yet. Nice! Let's go, Clay!
Yes, sir.
Can you walk us through what kind of y'all situation?
Yeah, what's the setup you got going?
Apartment?
So we have a kind of like a penthouse apartment and a whole bunch of setups in here.
Do you guys all live together in this penthouse? Who's cooking? Who's whipping up the meals after a win?
So Brian gets the penthouse. We're all staying at a different apartment.
Okay.
Still pretty nice, not quite a penthouse, but you know, we spend every day here. It's
Brian Saints living in a penthouse? Call of Duty can make dreams come true, children. You heard it here first.
All right.
4v1, I think it was, the clutch, something like that. And we were just, you know, playing the round out, and I hear, oh, cat, you know, he's pushing up. I'm thinking, oh, he's dead, okay, so let's play it nice. And then I just hear a roar behind me, an absolute roar. And then he's like, watch it. And then the kill cam wasn't running, so I was doing the roll the tape. I want to see this. And luckily, it came up, and yeah, he's blown him away and left a bit of a little doo-doo in his pants, I think.
I don't see anything, bro. I literally top up.
Put your head down.
Nading him.
Secure the target. Planting the bomb.
I naded him top up.
He's in a little thing.
Come in. Come back in.
I'm already bombs down.
Yeah, bombs down.
Yeah, that way.
I can kill that guy.
Nice. Above you on the gear.
One more.
No man's right now.
Hit them again before they.
Little baby.
Hey, bro, I'm on Mars, right?
I'm on Mars.
We're front time. There's two.
Give me this son. Nice. That's one there, son. I'll block. Oh my god.
No, sim controller. Oh yeah. Low motor strain preset. Oh yeah.
Oh, give me all the headshots.
Exactly.
Down to 3 for either side. This is going to be it. Last ditch attempt. Flying with a point. Joe Deceives gets his. But 3 seconds to go. You've got to get on the zone, lad. Fresh mag. Send it. Wins it. Oh my god. It's a 2v1. Diamond Con. Can you do it? The boys are on the capture. It's now a 1v1. What a round of control. Diamond Con, if you win this. God damn, what a round.
Been magnificent. Miami take the lead. They're trying to close it out.
Cell first kill's good though, but Miami battle back. They've got themselves the trade. Oh, just down to Cell with the what? Oh, he's gonna get all 4. Atlanta are gonna reinforce the hard point first. Miami, no trophy systems are locked in place by stuns. Oh, it's an absolute breakdown by the end as Cell finishes on 5 to steal away the map.
We're gonna be really good.
I like your trophies. Which one's your favorite?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. This one seems like insane. Look at this one too. Like this is crazy. Like
the golden nut, baby. The diamond nut. Excuse me.
You know what I'm saying? How could I not be like? How could I not feel like I'm not gonna lose? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna ask you. Is like, Sib, you're coming into a winning culture. These guys won champs. We obviously.
On bridge. Yeah, our bridge is shield. What's left?
I'm cutting in. I'm not sure if I'm getting old, but I swear to God, Joe, sometimes when Celium talks, all I hear is. Yeah.
We gotta find him.
You guys get smokes if you're a little weak.
He's from the outside.
Eddie. To your right. Close, to your right. Let's go, baby! Come on! Come on! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Nice pickle. Was right by Jen. Pickle's like close as on you somewhere. He's on the door. Pickle's gonna be close. Yep. Alright. Oh my god.
Come on. Good game. Like that.
That Dante takeover.
Face fans, the hype squad in the front row, they make it to nearly every single event. That poor guy that hit the deck today outside the venue, is he here?
Saw that. That was tough.
Hey! What is that poor guy ate concrete for breakfast? Tough one.
Absolute love of the Rio addition to the asset. And you get into the Karachi S&D just so.
Tap out.
No, Gabriel.
Ahora en la izquierda, tío.
Me dio una en la izquierda, no ahora, está por medio.
Pícalo.
They watch us play search like that? Oh my god, they're shit.
I got it so bad.
All right, hey, chat, watch this. All right, we gotta just go play the game. Let's take a look at this bad.
Billy, lie.
But what the hell? What the hell is that?
Wait, that guy's bowling. Wait, he's watching bowling. Look. You see, he's watching bowling.
Yeah, what the fuck? I gotta throw, bro.
Wait, is he trolling? Wait, is he trolling?
He has to be trolling.
Wait, is he trolling? He's gotta be trolling, right? Wait, he's gotta be trolling, right? That's not right. That's an Easter egg from the CDL.
No, he's mid-desk, laying down mid-desk. The long desk, snaking the long desk.
Nice play. Good
Let's go, Clay. Let's go, Clay.
Ran at him, bro.
Yeah, you should have with the Vaz for sure.
All good.
Where's this?
On the top, he's gotta be backside.
Dead.
Maybe backside side. Try side.
Nice!
Come on. Hey, we got orange challenge, bro. You go. Let's go. Holy shit.
Boys, go clutch up there.
Boys.
My fault.
Right? Champs is solidified. Now it's about getting that championship. We know how that momentum can get you the ring. And look at that trophy. What's that?
The best in Call of Duty history.
Right there.
We did pretty good in Black Ops 2. I think that thing is better. Let's take a look at the cash.
You just the staircase. You're gonna be getting pinched.
I have no ammo. I have to push up.
Yeah, you just dead.
Umbrellas.
And just don't line up with me.
I have no ammo, bro.
Dude, that's so tough, bro.
I have no ammo, bro.
We're gonna have some laughs during this match, Maven. I'm gonna openly just ask you, who will be the worst player we see in the All-Star game today?
The worst player from all of these teams? Oh, this is hard, man. It's the All-Stars. Oh, I gotta think about this.
It's gonna be Octane.
It's gonna be Octane?
Yeah,
he was a beast, so he was number 2 overall S&D KD.
Yes, he has, but guess what? Octane's had one good event since like 2016.
I'm going with Nameless, just because he can probably hear me right now. he's gonna choke big time.
Nice, good shit. I have it. Dead.
Nice!
Dead.
Let's go, guys! Let's go! Let's go, Bruce!
Middle, run. I'll get bomb checks. I'll go top and get bomb checks. Hold pinch. Hold pinch. Make sure someone gets bomb checks. I'll get bomb checks. He can go third. He's telling you. Back him up.
Not weak.
He said something. What was that?
You heard some words, Scrap and Draza now getting the opportunity to go toe-to-toe. Who gets the final chance to head to Twitter? We're about to find out. Record that you and Karma and crew at the top are feeling safe with 3 rings. Karma, Crim6, and Clay all with 3. Eggs, JCap, Apathy, and Arsities, as well as Simpa Beezy with 2. And that list should stay the same.
We're safe for now. Nobody's catching us this champs. I'm happy about that. We do have quite a few world champions up on that stage. We got 4 of them up there. I had to bust the rings out. I had to bring them out back to their natural habitat. They were forged in arenas like this at Call of Duty champs.
We're setting it up. Oh, look at that! Absolute athlete.
You're f***ing dog kid. How did get? I'm not winning a map at chance finals.
Let's go! Let's go! Go! Come on, bro! You're humble! You're
Scrap just stood up, celebrated, took off his headset. He got another round.
You're so mierda! Mierda!
What do you want to say to the fans out there that's been supporting you guys?
Fuck Optic, fuck the Greenwall.
Vamos! And that's gonna do it for me and Vico here on the stage.
Steals the record for most kills dropped in a single match. It's 115, and it's Gwyn.
On the collapse, he gets the angle, he gets the kill. His series continues. Gwyn's here.
And yeah, this is his place. A double headshot, 7 in a row.
He is taken over. Maybe just trying to end the Rookie of the Year conversation. Just put himself back in front with just a dominant performance here. Time to go. TJ gonna drop. 1 is fallen. 2nd will drop as well. They collapse. Oh, on Gwyn! Of course it's on Gwyn! 1 player left. Hudson finds it. Gwyn seals the deal with a record-setting series for Gwyn. Gwyn is different.
Time, man. Like when you have the Slayers, when you have the talent there, it's all about putting it together.
Bro, what? This is like a new person. Like, I don't even. The first person that came to mind is Joe Deceives. Who's the second person? So it might be me. Nah, it can't be me. I don't want to do glasses. Hixie, I would say Hixie.
This has to be MC and Real.
I'm gonna do. I think that's MC and Joe Deceives.
Bro, I'm gonna say MC. Yeah, I don't know who the second one is. I have no idea. I'm just gonna say MC for one of them.
It's me?
It's you and Joe Deceives.
How? He wears glasses?
That's Joe? Damn, bro. I'm getting one at least. I knew it was MC. I just didn't know who else was on there.
Joe Deceives? Oh my god, dude.
How's it going?
Map number 1, I'm leaning towards Toronto. Oh, Joe, I think we have a gift for you. Oh, it's early Christmas.
Yeah, I missed out on Christmas, man. Did you guys send that one back?
Do you need a receipt?
I got the receipt over here.
Yeah, receipt.
What's
the return policy on this thing?
I think 24 hours.
Do I have to open this?
Yeah, you have to open it first.
I do? Okay. Hello. This is weird. You look great. It's a brand new Maven. Merry Christmas! Yeah. They really got that on tight, huh?
Welcome back, friends. Yes, the players are moving. Yes, that means we are moving on. Map 5 affair. As a recap, Boston going to be up 1-0. Second attempt at their offense, though, after that ping issue that we encountered did occur in the middle of this round, Jay. So kind of a reset moment here as both teams try to refill each other out.
And it seems like a reset on both of their styles of play because Boston at least slowing it down early on. Thieves now put Envoy in a great position watching all of the mid-map. Trying to time this pinch over towards Top Secret. Gave me the freebie for the first blood, but instantly responded from Purge.
Yeah, how much more does he want? Little double chip coming to the middle of the map. Snoopy only able to handle 1. Hydra with the quick trade. 2v2. Ghosty up top, pushed off his initial angle. I think he knows that at least 1 had snuck through over to Wine. I don't know if he got information on the second, though. And Hydra will find it mid connector. Shots will tag, but he can't finish the kill, and he's out of there.
Yeah, he's not going to commit. Doesn't want to turn this into a 2v1 on the opposite side, thinking that the crossfire was set up from Boston, but 25 seconds. They're still roaming their way from Top Secret. Hydra's not going to gain the info. They're probably thinking the play is going to go over towards B, and all the information now gained. You got to rotate.
Yeah, absolutely. Boston, how do you want to set up this post plant? You've got Purge who's going to play up top in the halls. So likely this is played on the cross corner, and it is. Opening shots from Purge are good. He's able to tack down onto Ghosty. Leaving it just up to Hydra for the 1v2, and now Cammy and Purge going to work together right through this little Shutter's alley. Does he? Oh, timing. I say Hydra may actually isolate here as Boston was kind of searching for it, but the kill comes through and Boston take the round.
Yeah, they take their time as well. They realize, okay, we don't really have a lot of map pressure, especially through that middle of the map. So we'll take our time working our way up through B. You take a little bit of connector control. Even though Envoy, I thought he was going to make the play to secure the round for them. Instantly responded with the trade. And you keep it mixed, he turned it into a 2v2. But right there, LA just got to adapt. Like when they realize, okay, they're not planning A, there's still 20 seconds left. At least someone has to go towards the other site. But once that bomb gets planted, Purge watching the rotation, catch the freebie for the first and then the timing onto the second. Boston currently up 2-0.
Yeah, another nice opening from LA in terms of what the game plan is calling for defensively. Just we get to those low number situation, and Boston has been good in it, at least so far in the couple instances we've attempted to play through this map. A little bit of patience here from the Thieves. Double stack over towards Checkers sides. Envoy just making sure no one pushes down secret stairs. But the bomb is still over towards Well at the moment. So Boston have made their move across the map. They haven't seen anything, and now they can start to develop whatever they want defensively to set up.
Yeah, they're going to leave one player here at the B site, which is going to be Cammy. Just hoping that he does not fall in this position because these are getting aggressive through the middle of the map. Ghosty does get caught, though. Envoy trying to make up for it. 18 HP in the dream. He gets naded out 4v2.
And the problem with Envoy not staying alive is that someone's going to turn to watch the flank. That's Cammy initially, but a good gunfight win by Scrap. Does Hydra look directly below him? Oh, it doesn't actually hop. Door will pop open. Bomb will still be left down on the ground just past fences. And Boston seem to be aware of that. They are swarming this back hut position, leaving a very difficult reapproach here for Scrap and Hydra.
Yeah, and look at how they're playing it. They're just playing super safe. No one's ego challenging the one-on-one gunfights. Only 10 seconds to go. Thieves have to get it done with all the kills on their side. Hydra starts off with the first, instantly responded out of Snoopy. 2v1, make it a 1v1, but just not enough time for Scrap to try to secure the round. And Boston breach. Just playing to their strengths, man. It's as simple as that.
I think the thing that's peculiar about that round, though, for Boston is they have this break-off defensive setup to where they're just trying to take away ground. They're trying to almost force these gunfights, these possibilities at 2v2s, 2v1s. They don't see anything on the initial first 30 seconds. You re-wrap back, you call it, Cammy kind of holds over towards B by himself, and then everyone else just keeps running through A. They're just trying to force these gunfights on their terms, and once more, it comes out successfully for them with the first 2 kills. And now you're all of a sudden up 3-0 early. Purge on the heater, 5-1.
And now back on the attack is Boston. These rounds are just taking so long that these players are getting antsy. Because now they again try to get aggressive over through car side. They find the opening first blood onto Cammy. Now you want to sort of keep this positioning. Don't give it up because Boston, they have been playing this mind game rap all over the time. So far in these last couple of offensive rounds for them.
No, Thieves are just going to play the backside of both of the sites simultaneously, leave Hydra in a position of kind of flex where he can kind of go between either site quickly depending on where they develop this play. But this is a lot of space, and Hydra gets scouted out. Snoopy's going to go for the plant. No chance to contest that. Initially, he does get pushed off. Nade to follow, not going to land. Or 3v3. Ghosty not able to land the shots onto Purge, but Scrap catches the isolation. Now numbers for Thieves.
And now you're just looking for someone to make a play. And it potentially might be Awakening, who's already towards top plat. He knew that Envoy was close. But with 9 HP and that SMG in hand, now Snoopy left in a 1v3. Bomb gets planted. He tries to get out. And the Thieves able to find them. Finally able to secure that first round of the map. But it wasn't easy.
Yeah. Important one, not just because you get the first blood, but more importantly, you don't allow Boston to snap back 3v4 like they had already kind of shown that they could do. Especially on this map. So good isolation after Hydra had been caught not allowing Snoopy to get the plant up. Because I'll tell you what, Jay, if Snoopy sticks and he gets that plant over towards B, that round starts to look very different and largely in favor of Boston as we look back over to Awakening. Opening shots just not quite fully landing. This is a hell of a snap though from Envoy.
Yeah, perfect centering right there. SMG in your hands and for those close range gunfights, always going to give you the advantage. But if Boston just, once they turn it into a 3v3, potentially get that bomb down like you said, probably a different result there at the end of that round. But the East put one on the board. Now they're trying to keep up the intensity with all aggression through top open.
And Scrap had seen one. Problem is, again, Boston just running at him. straight down the fire hallway. Too much focus for Thieves, looking for window-to-window battles. And now Envoy is stuck by himself, completely overwhelmed, and it's just simply due to the fact that no one from LA even looked over towards top fireplace.
And that's it. That's as simple as it is, Alan. They all challenge through top open. Cammy, the guy that's just playing his life, giving the information to his team. Oh, I saw 3 crawls. You guys can instantly push your way up through secret. You find that opening first blood. Now you're forcing the players from the LA Thieves to turn left. And then once you turn left to try to trade that gunfight, the pressure's in from the front side of open. Just all players from LA Thieves were not prepared for the aggression right there out of Boston. 4 up, 4 down. Clean round from Boston Breach to now go up 4-1.
This is a must-win round right here for LA. You just have to have it. They're going to go 4-man stack defensively towards A. Should be lots of nades tossed over towards the archway. Problem is, there's no one from Boston threatening this at the moment. And in fact, Cammy actually gets a couple of tags through the fences. That'll push the Thieves defense back. They had no eyes over towards B. Scraps on a quick rotation to top office, though. He can at least make sure no one's on the plant, but now you're just sitting here saying, well, where are they?
But this is how Boston have been able to capitalize on their offensive rounds. Read the pressure early on, force them to think about that rotation, and then completely send it on in. So you have 3 players committing around the shack, but they have realized now there's a lot of these players who probably want to get out first blood in favor of Hydra.
Yeah, you can see the trophies leaning towards connector, not towards fences for Boston, so all of those held nades will land. And it forces some initiation here from Boston to try to flip the script over towards top office. One player seen, Purge, not going to get tested for a trade. Thieves are just going to wolfpack this and play us through A and have to rewrap on this plan at B.
Yeah, and Snoopy's planning it for top office, so the Thieves players now committing everyone on the pinch. 2 players through mid open. So a lot of space that you now have to clear on out due to the plant spot. Snoopy gets the info, just get out.
Yep. Cammy trying to assist, watching over the top of him. Oh, but Envoy shots and then lands into the water, but Cammy's still able to follow up for 1. But Purge falls top office. Cammy's in trouble here. Here comes the challenge. Envoy quick to tally the kill, and LA with the must-win round in front of them do convert it. 4-2 will go.
Yeah, it has to start with Awakening and just keeping Snoopy alive. The fact that that guy is able to find that one-on-one and then dip out with his life, jumping into the water, makes it a lot more difficult. But then once Purge, like you said, falls in towards top office, they just had Awakening, 1 shot, you send it on in for the successful retake. But the timing right here on the trophy, not good enough. The nade good. The trophy eventually goes down from Cammy, but just not in time. Thieves secure the round.
I'm just actually surprised they held on to that many nades, considering they had all 4 members over there. And we very ceremoniously often expect there to be a handful of nades tossed towards the arches. Not the case, so Thieves find an advantage there. Oh, Boston feeling frisky in the bottom side of the map. A double stack outside fences while the bomb is making moves towards B. Contact made. Hydra getting 1 is fine. It should be enough for LA to know, okay, 2 players there. We can definitely commit for a plan.
Yeah, and Awakening has already got the info. The bomb is going to be planted at B. 40 seconds to go. 3v3. Scrap is able to get out. 6 HP.
Wow.
They continuously trying to wallbang him, but he was finessing.
The micro decision to just hold on the pillar is what keeps his life, because he would have gotten wallbanged if he moved all the way through the canopies. Crossfire setup at the door. Trophy system fades. Semtex will land. But Scrap still finds the opener. Snoopy can't challenge. Follow-up nades from LA will hold off this hit. Now the regen should be through, and LA will put him in a blender. Back-to-back rounds.
Starting to adapt so far into Search and Destroy. It's Hydra on the opposing end, finding that opening first blood, instantly traded, but then giving the info to his team. There's multiple players here, so it should be a free beat bomb plant. You get it down, and I thought that the stuns and the nades were going to be way too strong and make it more difficult for the Thieves, but to go back and look at how Scrap was able to finesse his life, just standing still at the pillar with 6 HP in a dream, he's able to secure the round now for Thieves.
That's such a small moment, but a massive one. Scrap just holds, knows the pillar will keep him safe, because if he keeps running, he's dead. So, advantage now in the last couple of rounds to the Thieves. Boston going to take a little bit of a pause. RCXD immediately deleted, though. The defense will have to make sure they're keeping their eyes honestly over towards A, and nades over the top are landing onto Boston, but everyone stays alive.
Yeah, but you can see Boston, they don't really want to think about this objective yet. They don't have any top secret control. They're just hoping that they can potentially catch a player from the Thieves getting too aggressive on the pinch. But now with 35 seconds already wiped off the game clock, this is where you're going to send in Perch to try to take this positioning away. Freebie number 1. Potentially he's going to line up 2. Can he get out with his life? No, 3v3.
And that's top office, or pardon me, top open window control going to go in favor of the Thieves. This puts a lot of pressure on the offense over towards B. Wow, scrap. I thought he was going to get caught, but he slides out, finds the shots towards Cammy. Snoopy not allowed to find the trade. And now this is a major issue for Boston. 2v3. You don't have any high ground control. You have to wiggle it back in some form. And Snoopy's just going to try to hard commit for the plant.
That's a big stun, though, to at least back down Envoy from Top Secret, so the bomb's going to go down for free.
Wow.
Snoopy makes it a 2v2. Big gunfight.
Here comes the bait and switch. Shots in the corner. Scrap waiting. Not going to be allowed to do too much here. A little turn doesn't finish the kill as Snoopy will collect the kills. I mean, that felt like an unwinnable position for Boston.
Nah.
You lose out on Purge over towards the top side at window. You have no one else that can contest. And from the low ground, Snoopy just hard commits for the plant. And then the hot swap to finish off the final kill.
Yeah, what I don't understand right there from the Thieves is there's only 20 seconds. You had your spawn control, you had top plat, you had top secret. So you know that they're not even thinking about a rotation over to the other side. We have to be quicker and not allow that bomb to go down for free. It's just that stun connecting onto Envoy through top secret keeps him at bay. Bomb goes down, and then they all split up. Like, if you double challenge a Snoopy, potentially the trade is there, and you turn it into a 2v1. They just fought one-on-one gunfights, and Boston picked them apart.
Match point for Boston. Hydra looking for pixels over towards the cabanas. I don't know if you really saw much. I'm not going to kid you here. So LA is going to try to hard commit maybe to re-wrapping around the world to get over to A. Problem is Awakening is watching from the office position. That's good for first blood onto Hydra, and Thieves just have no information on where this defense actually is. Purge comes up from behind, and that may be the kill needed to put this one out of reach.
Now to 4v2. Envoy's gonna get caught. Ghosty left in a 1v4. Boston showing the adjustments in S&D. Slow the game down and make it more difficult for LA to walk away victorious as Boston breached. They were looking for a series to build confidence before they walk into the major, and that's a great one to have underneath your belt. Successful versus LAT here today.
What a series from Snoopy. What a map 5 from Purge. And overall, just the search and destroy, so much better for Boston. That is exactly what you want to see as a Breach fan leading up into the major. We've seen some of the other teams that are out there that were struggling in search pick up after the break. Boston was not one of those squads.